And tonight, as these two-win teams playing for pride here tonight, as Griswold Tigers visit the Spartans of Exira EHK. How you doing, everybody? And welcome to high school football action here on KSOM. It is a gorgeous night once again for football here in Exira. Nothing but clear skies, 68 degrees as we come on the air today. There's a fierce wind that's blowing from left to right. That could play a factor here, John, but these two teams, Exira has a very slim chance at going to the playoffs. They would need to win tonight and get some help as a 3-win team. So it's not that they have a higher points than Griswold, so Griswold cannot go. But so you're not out until you're out. But the bottom line is that both teams playing for a chance to win their last game of the season, and who knows what can happen. This could be an interesting ball game.
Yeah, it should be a great ball game. And Chris, we're 8-0 now as far as beautiful nights for football. You know,
yes. We're undefeated.
2024 is Friday nights is 8-0 for sure. But you brought it up, and you know these two teams are playing for pride, and you know high school athletics. It's all about how do you end a season, how do you end your career. You know, some of these kids may go on and play at the next level, but a lot of them, this is the last time. Football's a different sport that way. Mm-hmm. It's not like basketball or golf or track or, a lot of the other sports, volleyball, where you can play those, for past whatever level you play at. This is a special sport that way where it's the last time you put on pads, and especially at high school, playing with your teammates, kids that I know with the interview that you had with the Wyman kid, he's talking about flag football. He's been playing with the same young men for a long time, and that's these seniors here. Those are some of the thoughts that are going through their minds, and obviously, as a parent, that goes through a parent's mind also.
Griswold comes in at 2-5, and we know the wins haven't come the Tigers' way, but they played, I think, more competitive this year than they have been in the past. And Wyman tonight, if he can get over 300 yards passing, could break a school record, career passing record here this evening. Coach Lemke didn't know for sure the number that he needed, but he said it has to go a little over 300 yards, and he might get it. And the way he's throwing, I mean, at the start of the year, he was only throwing for 51 yards, 97, but then he took off for 278. Last week he threw for 174, but he also ran for 154 yards in a win over West Harrison. So they're coming in with a win, and it was like a basketball score, 66-49. You watch out, this Griswold team can put up points in a hurry.
They can score. I mean, that's one thing that this Griswold Tigers team can do. They can put points on the board. We saw them, interesting enough, both these teams we saw playing district champs.
Yeah.
So both of them had kind of a rough go, but when we had them earlier this season, they were playing the best teams. I mean, top 8 teams between Audubon for Exira EHK and Fremont Mills for the Tigers. And I think they match up really well. The Griswold offense, that was the first time when they played Fremont Mills. That was the first time I think they scored on Fremont Mills in 3 or 4 years.
Yes.
I mean, and they would have done it the first drive if they didn't have the turnover on downs. I mean, they made drives, and that's something this team can do. And I personally think this game's going to come down to who tackles the best. I think that's both offenses can score. Exira EHK is going to run it right down the middle of the field. They're going to try to stretch it out a little bit, and Griswold's going to wing it. I mean, they're going to throw this ball a lot tonight, and it's not just to get their quarterback possibly a record. That's their strength. And, the wind's starting to die down a little bit. Talk about a beautiful view and everything. It's shaping up to be a great night for football.
Yeah, it's going to be a good night here on the hill at Exira. For the Spartans, they come in with a record of 2-5, and this is a team that has been proudly competitive in 8-man football on this side of the state for years now, but they have slid in recent years a little bit, come back to the pack. A 2-win year for Exira EHK I don't think is acceptable. Like I said, slim hopes at the playoffs but they've lost 3 in a row coming into this game. But they scared Cam. They gave them a scare, lost in overtime 32-30. Then they lost to Fremont Mills 48-6, and last week lost in a shootout to East Mills 50-44. So they have come close, but it's just been no cigar. They just need to find a way to do some things to put it all together.
Yeah, I mean, probably two plays in 2 different games, and this team is playing for the number 2 seed possibly in the district, let alone a playoff spot. So, that's how, every play is so important. And, with a younger team and not as many numbers, that's one thing that is hard because you have more individuals playing both ways. And, now that it's cooling off, we probably won't see as much fatigue because we're later on in the season. But even though they're never going to admit it, I never did when I was that age, you get tired. I mean, you do. And especially for Griswold, for example, and Exira EHK when they're on defense, when they're going in routes, they're 20, 30 yards down the field. If they're completed, everybody's moving down. If they're not, you have to go back 20, 30 yards just to get back to the line of scrimmage. So there's going to be a lot of fitness and how well conditioned each team is probably going to be the deciding factor of this time.
Especially Exira HK. Their numbers are not as strong as Griswold is, so that could become a factor in the fourth quarter as well. Coming up on our pregame show, it's our Wyoda Steakhouse Coaches Show. Bring the family and your friends to tradition of great eating at Wyoda Steakhouse. We'll hear from both head coaches, Seth Lemke at Griswold and Drew Buckhold at Exira HK. We'll hear from the Tigers head coach Lemke. That's coming up next after this 2-minute timeout on KSOM.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Griswold Communications reminds you to take a moment and give your data privacy practices a checkup. Use a strong and protective password manager, enable multi-factor authentication, back up your data, keep your devices up to date, and be wary of what you click. If you find that you are missing some of these protections, Tech Home from Griswold Communications can help. Plus, renting a wireless router from Griswold Communications includes the Protect IQ app for an extra layer of protection. Visit griswoldcommunications.com or call us at 778-2121 for more information.
Viking Construction in Exira provides a full range of residential and commercial construction. Viking Construction has the expertise to guide you through the entire process. Viking Construction is locally owned and operated and has built their business on trust and integrity. If you want a dependable construction company you can count on, call Viking Construction in Exira, 712-268-5366. Viking Construction is a proud sponsor of their community and the Exira EHK Spartans.
Remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Call Community Insurance in Audubon today at 712-563-4422 or stop by at 422 Tracy Street in Audubon.
Newman Body Shop in Lyman is your only stop for total auto body repair. Newman handles everything from glass replacement, paint and wheel alignment, to complete auto restoration. For information on all the services Newman Body Shop offers, give them a call at 712-778-4428 or stop by Newman Body Shop on Tucson Road in Lyman. Newman Body Shop is a proud supporter of Griswold Tigers sports.
783-9232.
And we're back here on KSOM. It's our pregame show, Wyoda Steakhouse Coaches Show, as we get ready for tonight's showdown between Exira EHK and Griswold. And now head coach for the Griswold Tigers, Seth Lemke, joins me now. And, Coach, here it is, final game of the season as you battle the Spartans. How are you feeling about your team coming in?
I feel pretty good about us. We've been on a pretty good roll recently. Obviously EHK's they're a great team. They're a lot better than their record indicates. So, it's going to be a pretty good challenge for us, but I think it's going to be a pretty good game to end the year.
Certainly, both teams have 2 wins. Both teams have pride on the line. Not that much space separates the 2 towns, so well familiar with one another, I'm sure, a little bit. What do you just say to your kids in terms of motivating factor coming into this ball game?
We talk about ending well, setting ourselves up for next year, just getting a little bit of momentum going into the off season, and even carrying that momentum into their other sports, because probably, I'd say probably about 85% of our guys are going to go on to do a winter sport, and then they're going to go on to do a spring sport. We love that as a program. We love when our guys are involved. So we like it when that success can breed success in other sports, and that's part of the conversation of, hey, we end the season on a great note here. That's going to carry over into your next seasons, which then kind of snowballs down the road for us. So, talk about maintaining that focus a little bit. I know we're getting to the end of the year, we're tired, but eye on the prize here. A third win for us would be a big one for us for the program too.
No doubt. And for the senior class, with Bodie Wyman having a great season for his statistic-wise, over 1,300 yards. I think last we spoke, you were saying that there could be some potential records on the line here. What do you think could happen in this game? What records are achievable?
Well, here he's already got he broke his record from last year for passing yards in a season. Passing yards in a career is definitely within reach here tonight. Can't remember the number offhand, but I think we're about 200 and some yards away from hitting that goal. So that'd be a pretty good mark. That's a 30-year-old record there. So it's nice when you go out and get some of those older records, and that was also an 11-man record too. So those are kind of the big ones. That's kind of the big one left that we have potential to get tonight. So that would be an exciting little feather in the cap of the whole team too.
Yeah, I mean, and for two guys like Auden Wilson and Connor Bowers, who've caught the majority of his balls. I mean, Wyatt Peterson as well too. We know he's a two-way guy and has done well on both sides of the football. But I mean, for your receivers to participate in that, they made some incredible catches this season, haven't they?
They have, and the competition in practice between the two has been pretty entertaining to watch, because they're both, they're back and forth in total yards, they're back and forth in total touchdowns. It's been a good competition to watch. It's been a friendly competition, but overall, I feel it's elevated the whole team as well.
So tonight against Exira, their quarterback Bryce Brabham, he can clearly run it. He's improved in the passing game since taking over that spot after the first couple of games. What do you see as the challenges to your defense to try and stop him?
We just got to contain him. He's a great athlete, a great quarterback, runs hard, throws decently, like you said. We got to break down and tackle him. We got to contain him. We got to get him to rush some of his throws. We don't want him to get too comfortable, because otherwise it could be an interesting high-scoring night for us.
Without a doubt. I mean, but this game also features two, I think, very good two-way players on both sides. For them, it's Alex Hansen. For you, it's Wyatt Peterson. I mean, I think these guys are overshadowed by maybe some of the other guys in the district. I hope they both get their acknowledgement. But, I mean, what a great matchup. I mean, Peterson, what can you say about him in the season that he's been having? I mean, two very similar kind of players, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Wyatt's done a great job for us basically doing whatever we've asked. He's kind of that leader on that defense there. He sets the tone for us. When he's a little bit off, we're a little bit off. But when he's on, the rest of the team kind of rallies around that. He's done a great job defensively, kind of commanding that defense from that middle linebacker position. Kind of very similar to the way that Hansen does for Exira EHK. He's another kid that, golly, he does a phenomenal job. He's very aggressive. So that's a kid we're gonna have to make sure we keep an eye out for when we're running our plays. That's for sure. But Wyatt's done. He's played wing back for us this year. He's even had to play a little bit of guard for us a little bit this year on offense. Defensively, middle linebacker. He's been real aggressive. If not making the tackle, then at least getting enough attention on him to where others can make a play. So we're really looking forward to a big step up for Friday night for him and the rest of the defense.
And what are your keys overall in this football game?
We want to control the tempo a little bit. The last few weeks where we've gotten in trouble is when we've kind of lost control of that tempo. So control that through our run game, through our pass game. Because if we can control the ball a little bit more, then I think we're going to have more success. And defensively, just doing our assignments, communicate with each other like we've said in the past, and we've struggled with, and making sure we are, we're filling our gaps and making sure we're getting the quarterback down.
Coach, really appreciate your time here on our Wyoda Steakhouse Coaches Show, and best of luck tonight against the Spartans. Thanks so much.
Hey, appreciate it.
Seth Lemke, head coach for Griswold football, with us here on KSOM.
Who can you trust to treat you fair and get you back on the road? J.D. Wyman Service on Main Street in Griswold. Big repairs or general maintenance. Trust J.D. Wyman Service to get you on the road fairly. You're a certified auto do-it-yourselfer. You like the smell of grease, and that's why when it comes to parts, you buy them at Wyman's Car Quest on Main Street in Griswold. Because you care about what you put in your vehicles. Trust the tires, parts, and tools from Wyman's Car Quest in Griswold.
Did you know that Mexican food is considered to be healthy?
What? How do you figure?
Almost every dish has vegetables. Salsa, all vegetables. Guacamole, avocados, and corn tortillas. They're naturally gluten-free.
Okay, I get it. Tacos, lettuce and tomato. So Rancho Grande for dinner?
Race it to the car.
Add more vegetables to your diet at Rancho Grande Atlantic. And then you can indulge in a guilt-free margarita, imported beer, or dessert. Choose a healthier option at Rancho Grande. Open 7 days a week.
Got a leak? A clog? Or maybe it's time for a brand new bathroom. Furnace or AC needs some attention? Or are you interested in floor heating? Call Fikes Plumbing and Services. Your trusted local experts in so many areas is now serving the Greenfield and Atlantic areas. From quick fixes to major renovations, Fikes Plumbing and Services has you covered with fast, friendly, and reliable service. With 30 years of service, Fikes licensed professionals tackle every job with care, ensuring your home stays comfortable and safe. Don't wait. Call Fikes Plumbing and Services today for your HVAC, plumbing, sewer, and septic needs.
Introducing HeadSight from Precision Planting. HeadSight automatic header control is accurate and versatile, giving you the ability to focus on other details that matter. With automatic header height and tilt control, you can maximize your harvest with minimum stress. Let HeadSight do the calculating and adjusting for you. Contact your local Precision dealer for more details. Hoist Distributing in Audubon, 712-563-3030.
Back at our pregame and our Wyoda Steakhouse coaches shows, we get ready for tonight's matchup between Griswold and Exira EHK, and Spartans head coach Drew Buckle joins me now. And Coach, how do you feel about your football team coming into this matchup against the Tigers?
Oh, I feel good. Our guys are coming along a lot better. I feel like our preparation last week was pretty darn good, so I expect us, going into this game, our preparation is going to be just as good, if not better, and we're just continuously getting better.
I know that the playoffs are still a possibility, but you would need to win and get some help to get in as a potential at large. However, it's strange to be talking about that with only 2 wins, but there it is. You still have a remote shot at it, and you can't. I guess you can't give things up until all chances are lost.
Yeah, we're just going to take care of business on tonight, and let the chips fall where they may. We just got to control what we can control, and then like you said, whatever happens. But we got to get things done tonight, otherwise nothing's a possibility then.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that's a good way to approach it. I mean, East Mills turned out to be a shootout. What was the difference in the ball game last week?
Oh, there's just an old college football coach of mine always said game comes down to 5 plays. So there's about 5 plays in the game where if they had went a little different, the score might have been a little different. But right off the bat, we had an option that we fumbled, and they returned it to the house. So I guess you could say that was the turning point in the game. But there were a couple other plays in there that if had the ball bounced our way, we would have came out on top. But those are all what ifs. That's in the past. We're focusing on tonight and see what we can do tonight.
Yeah. It was tied 1-1 in terms of turnover margin, but their turnover turned directly into a touchdown, so that's going to be frustrating. But Bryce Brabham continues to play hard for 182 yards rushing, and heck, he threw for 244 yards. I think that's got to be a career high for him, and 4 touchdowns. So what has he done to come along in the passing game?
Yeah, Bryce has done a great job. On Sundays they get together, them and his receivers, and they're just getting their timing down better. I thought he's done a better job in the pocket, stepping up, stepping into his throws, not throwing off his back foot as much. And obviously the connections are growing with the timing aspect, like I mentioned earlier. And I think he's just seeing the field a lot better. His reads have gotten extremely much better than what they have been before. And so I'm just liking what I'm seeing out of him.
So in this game against Griswold, what can you do to try and prevent it from becoming a shootout?
We got to try to get some pressure up front. We can't let that quarterback get settled in, make his reads, have the ability to throw the long ball, to number 8 and number 10. Those are both solid receivers. They've both got speed. They run good routes. So we're going to have to get pressure on him. We're going to have to know our assignments on the back end, defensively wise, with our defensive backs and linebackers. We're going to have to get hands on their receivers, knock them off their routes. And just try to make life as miserable as we can for those guys.
So how do you feel about your corners and your secondary as they match up against Auden Wilson and Connor Powers for Griswold?
Oh, I'm confident in them. Owen Jewell and Blake, they've done a great job for us. Blake just had his first start last week, and I thought he did a phenomenal job. He was out of position on 1 or 2 plays, but other than that, I thought he did exceptionally well, considering it was his first varsity start on the defensive side. They've just come along a long ways in our zone coverage. They've known their responsibilities. They're hardly ever out of position, and they just know their assignments really well.
Right. And then what about their defense? I mean, Griswold has given up some points this year. What do you see from their defense that maybe you can isolate and attack?
Oh, they're aggressive. They're an aggressive team. We just have to know our blocking assignments. We have to get a hat on a hat because they will walk up their linebackers and they will shoot those gaps. So we're going to have to be able to recognize, keep our heads up, wash those guys down, create lanes for our running backs, and then, we can see what happens.
And just what would it mean for your guys to get a win here on the home field, the last one time, especially for your seniors? I guess tonight, for some of them, might be the last time they ever suit up in football gear.
Yeah, it's like I told the seniors, it's their last home game of the year. And there's no better way than to make a statement and, show all the hard work that you've put in over the summer. All that's just going to pay off tonight. And, whatever happens to them. I can't thank the senior class enough for all the hard work they put in. They definitely have changed the program in a positive way, and they left it better than when they joined our program.
Well, Coach, really appreciate your time, and best of luck tonight against the Tigers. Thanks so much.
Yep, thank you.
Drew Buckhold, head coach for Exira EHK, with us here on KSOM.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services or stop in anytime.
Where will questions? Call today.
United Group Insurance is a local authorized independent agent for Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Iowa.
All the best country, 96.5 KSOM, on a Atlantic.
Now time for high school football on 96.5 KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com. Play-by-play from Chris Varney alongside John Becker, your home for high school football.
Take a look at the starting lineups, brought to you by UGI, delivering insurance and risk management solutions in Atlantic. First for the visitors, the Griswold Tigers. Bodie Wyman, the starting quarterback, 5'8", 150 senior. The running back, Zane Johnson, 6 foot 200-pound senior. The wing back, Wyatt Peterson, 5'11", 200 senior. Auden Wilson, Holden Jansen at senior wide receivers. And Connor Bowers will also get some time in there as well. Up front, Camden Russell, a senior. At left guard, 260. R.J. Deshawn, the center, 270 junior. Shane Taylor at the right guard, 200-pound senior. On defense, look out Owen Johnson up front, their second leading tackler. Wyatt Peterson at linebacker, the leading tackler for the Griswold Tigers. You got two really good linebackers in this one here, John, with Peterson for Griswold and Alex Hansen for Exira EHK.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of them are very good. They're going to bring it, and they bring the contact to anybody that has the ball.
UGI starters for Exira EHK. Bryce Bradham, the junior at quarterback, 5'10", 160. Hansen at running back, 5'11", 185, senior. Blake Nelson and Owen Jewell at the wideouts. Nelson only a freshman, Jewell a sophomore. Johnston Kilworth, who was the starting quarterback at the start of the year, he's now the tight end. And 6'2", 200 junior. Up front, Cannon Hansen, the left guard, 215-pound junior. Josh Nelson, the center, 215 senior. Anthony Young, a freshman at right guard for the Spartans, 6'2", 230 freshman. And then Kilworth will go at D-end along with Gus Greving. Anthony Young in the middle at nose guard. Cannon Hansen, Alex Hansen, Brabham at the linebacker spot. Nelson and Jewell outside on the secondary. The pressure will be on them to stay with those Griswold wide receivers. And Exira EHK won the toss, and they elected to receive. Those are your starting lineups from UGI. And we're just about ready for football. Or are they going to start early? Well, we got about 1:45. It looks like we might start right on time for a change.
Yeah. You went through all those starting lineups, and one thing that really stood out to me is, the Hansen kid from Exira EHK is the only senior starting on offense or defense, and then Griswold, you have, I think 5 or 6 on both sides of the ball, seniors starting. That's the other thing too is, we talked a little bit about emotion and just like a rivalry game, when it sinks in that this might be the last time, as a senior, you do have to play mature football just so you can keep those emotions in check.
So Exira will get the football first, and it looks like Russell will kick it deep for the Tigers. And Exira EHK will send 2 guys back deep. Kilworth and Nelson for the Spartans. Actually, Brabham is back deep as well. Nelson and Brabham.
How many quarterbacks have we had over the first 8 weeks that actually are returning their main return on kickoffs? Probably 6 or 7
a lot
different
of them,
teams.
actually, yeah.
I mean, that's not
a lot in 8-man, especially.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not unusual. The higher you go in classification, the more unusual it is.
Yeah.
But even you look at HTW, they sent Sternberg back deep, and they're 1A. So, all right, we're ready to go for football here tonight. Griswold visiting Exira EHK, and Russell will kick it deep for the Tigers, and he'll kick it from left to right on your radio dial. You ready to go?
Absolutely. Let's do this.
Let's do it. End over end kick, and it'll be got by Nelson at the 2-yard line, coming to the yard. It's actually Brabham at the 20. Gets to the 30 and knocked out of bounds. He put his head down and bowled over a Tiger across the 30 to the 34-yard line, maybe the 35. A good return for Brabham.
Great return, and not looking like a quarterback there, looking like somebody that wants to find contact. One thing I love about that return, coming from the far side over to closest to us, changes the ball. Understands that, especially on a kickoff return, keeping that ball on the outside arm.
Actually marked him out of bounds at his own 32-yard line. First down and 10 for Exira EHK. Right to left, wearing all black. Griswold wearing white uniforms and black pants. And up to the far side, Brabham, big hole in the Griswold territory. Finally brought down at about the 33-yard line, and a Vetter Equipment first down right out of the gate.
You get outside leverage, and if you can hook a defensive end, no matter what level, 8-man, 11-man, doesn't matter. If you can get that hooked and get it outside, you're going to have positive yards and great first down play.
15-yard run for Bryce Brabham, and a first down for the Spartans into the Tiger territory, the 33-yard line. Brabham will hand it to Hansen. Puts his head down, bowls over everybody, dragging tacklers, staying on his feet, motoring through the secondary, dives inside the 10 to about the 8. Another big Better Equipment first down in the Hoist Distributing red zone, and they could not bring down Hansen.
They could not bring him down because, one, he had his legs driving all the time, knees up, knees up, knees up, and just kept that pad level exactly where he needed, and it's probably 10 yards after initial contact.
Well, he just busted that one for about 25 yards. And another first down and goal now for Exira EHK. Up the gut and racing into the end zone. The touchdown run for Hansen from 8 yards out, and he made it look easy.
3 different great positive running plays, 3 different types of plays. First one, sweep out to the right with the quarterback. Next one, Hansen, right up the gut, no trap block. This one, trap block, pulling guard, nice hole for the touchdown for the Spartans.
Man, are we going to have a basketball game here tonight? 3 plays, and Exira was able to get into the end zone, and they made it look easy. And now Hansen is in the shotgun. Now they have Brabham in the shotgun on the near side. He's going to run to the far side for 2, and he got into the end zone. They snapped that actually from the left guard.
Yep.
And he ran all the way to the far side of the field. 11-12 to go in the first quarter. 8-0 Exira. Back in a minute on KSOM.
Stein delivers more new genetics faster. Our focus on delivering higher yielding genetics faster than the competition is why we have released more new Enlist E3 lines in the past 5 years than any other seed company. For elite genetics paired with simple, flexible, and effective weed control, plant Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Stein has yield. 45 years of yield. Learn more at steinseed.com.
Ziegler Ag Equipment is your headquarters for big savings this fall. Enjoy low financing rates on Massey Ferguson S-Series tractors and Fendt high horsepower tractors, and get 5.24% financing on Gleaner combines, all for up to 96 months. Don't forget to check out our great rebates on Brandt equipment as well. Stop by your local Ziegler Ag today to save big this fall on equipment you need.
Yield. Learn more at steinseed.com.
Now back to high school football on 96.5 KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Johnson from the 10 comes near his side and driven out of bounds just shy of the 35-yard line, and that's where Griswold will have it on their first drive.
Yeah, you know, the question is how soon do they start chucking it, especially going from left to right or south to north with the little bit of wind, nothing like what we had yesterday, but still a little bit of wind where it's going to be a lot easier to get it up in the air coming from this direction.
But don't underestimate Zane Johnson as a runner. He averages over 5 yards a carry, has 624 yards. And they're going to give it to Johnson, but he's wrapped up in the backfield, and there's nowhere for him to go by Justin Kilworth, who was the quarterback at the start of the year. And Kilworth, he's played like every position this year, and he brings down Johnson for a loss of 2.
Yeah, showing why he has 18 solos coming into this game and over 30 tackles for the total tackles for the season. Middle linebacker, look, they're kind of 3-3-2, and you know, basically having the safeties and the outside backers are playing a little bit of corner.
Hansen is covering the receiver on the far side of the field, second down and 12. Johnson on the delay. Runs over a guy at the original line of scrimmage and dives forward for about 4. And I'll bring up third down for the Tigers.
You know, nice running play there, but, you know, it looks like they're going to – the Spartans, the way that they're going to do this spread attack is just like you said, Chris, is have the linebackers go out with the far guy so your safeties are right on the hashes.
Hansen has 2 interceptions this year, but he's become a cornerback. It's third down and 8. Wyman out of the shotgun, back to pass. He's pressured by Kilworth. Gets away, scrambles to the near side. Caught! 30, near side 20, down inside the 10-yard line, and a first down for Griswold. Looked like that was Bowers on the catch.
So Bowers comes from all the way from the far side of the field, does a drag route, which is a great play call because you have your outside backer out there, but it's a zone. So they flood it, bring him all the way across in front of the free safeties, but behind the linebackers, and Wyman does a great job of extending the play and finding them.
A Better Equipment first down on the Hoist Distributing red zone on a gain of 31. Johnson, the ball carrier.
Ooh.
And he goes up the middle. Big collision there and brought down almost immediately that time. Holden Jansen was one of the guys who hit him. Johnson gets about 3.
Just love to see, that's a hard run with probably even better form tackle, just a fun play to watch.
I felt that up here.
Absolutely.
Second down and 7 from the 9. 8-0 Exira, but Griswold trying to answer in their first drive of the game. Play action. Wyman rolls to the far side. He's going to run it. Gets to the 5. Gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Griswold.
Great job by Wyman, extending the play and just showing his speed and athletic ability to get out there right to the pylon for the touchdown.
So an 8-yard touchdown run by Hansen, and Wyman answers with an 8-yard touchdown run of his own.
It's probably a good thing that I don't think neither side cheerleaders are going to do jumping jacks tonight because they're going to get a workout in if it continues like this.
Oh, my gosh. Well, we told you it might be a shootout tonight, and it looks like all signs point to it. Griswold's going for 2. This will be key to converting these 2-pointers. And they give it off to Johnson. He gets spun around trying to dive to the end zone, but he's going to come up a little bit short. 9:09 to go, first quarter. 8-6 Exira EHK. Back in a minute on KSOM.
When it comes to... Make sure you're getting the best coverage for you at the most competitive rate. Hi, this is Nick Carnes with Brocker Carnes & Carnes. We are an independent insurance agency that offers coverage for your home, auto, life, farm, and everything in between. But mostly we are here to help. As an independent agency, we can shop around for the best rates and coverages from multiple companies. Stop by one of our offices or go to brockercarnes.com for a quote on your insurance. Let Brocker Carnes & Carnes help you get the best coverage
you need.
Now back to high school football on 96.5 KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Brabham from the 5 coming near side, gets to the 30-yard line. Well, he got across the 25, and he tumbles close to the 30-yard line on the end-over-end boot by Russell. Griswold scored quickly, but weren't able to convert the 2-pointer, and they're down by 2. And now they got to play defense here against the Spartans that scored in 3 plays. Right to left goes Exira EHK, and they lead at 8-6 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Hansen pumping up his offensive line or something.
I think need to get his jersey back over his pads.
Oh, okay. First down and 10 for the Spartans. Brabham up the middle, dodges one.
He's gone.
Breaks out of the open, and it's a foot race. It ain't a race anymore. He is gone. Bryce Brabham goes 50 yards for the touchdown.
Just a great job of blocking at the initial attack. All 3 linebackers for the Tigers went, I don't know if they had a blitz or just filled, and so they had 5-on-5, and once he got through that initial, it was game over, touchdown.
4 plays, 2 touchdowns for the Spartans, and they'll go for 2. Man, just a crowd of guys in the middle, and Brabham was able to break free, and Griswold couldn't track him down. Brabham in the shotgun, hands it off to Hansen, and he gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Well, that didn't take long. That took 19 seconds. 8:50 to go in the first quarter. 16-6, Exira EHK. Back in a minute on KSOM.
3H Customs has everything any farmer needs to be successful, and that's not an exaggeration. We offer soil sampling, crop scouting, and spraying. We also offer precision planting products, Midwest seed genetics, and nature's fertilizers. Don't forget fertilizers and anhydrous also. 3H Customs has everything the Iowa farmer needs, and we dedicate ourselves to helping each farmer be successful. For more information on how you can build that successful operation, call 249-2429 or visit 3hcustoms.com. 3H Customs, customizing your farming resources to fit your needs.
Looking to upgrade your home? Or maybe you have storm damage that still needs repair? Rigid Edge Exteriors has you covered. From roofs and siding to gutters, windows, decks, and interior remodels, our team does it all, residential or commercial. For a free estimate, call Rigid Edge Exteriors today at 712-249-4449. That's 712-249-4449. Let us transform your ordinary house into your dream home.
Have a safe harvest season.
Now back to high school football on 96.5 KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Well, Exira EHK has run 4 plays. They've scored twice. Griswold's won 4 plays. They've scored once. Kick it deep to Johnson, and he gets dropped across the 20-yard line.
That's a great job by the freshman Nelson there. Having outside contain is so important on kickoff, just like on defensive play. He was engaged in a blocker, shed him, and went low because Johnson is such a load. That is a really good job by a freshman to, we talked off air, Chris, a lot of the drives that started 30 or beyond, and to start at the 22, that's a big change.
You watch. Nelson will be heavily involved next year. Give it to Johnson. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage, falls forward, and gets to the 26, and he'll gain 4.
Pad level always wins, and Johnson definitely had the pad level advantage there. Great first down run for the young man.
Blake Nelson is one of those cats who has earned more and more playing time throughout this year. He's seen some time at quarterback when Brabham got hurt. He's seen some time at wide receiver. He's being used more in the defense. Drew Buckhold has told me he's gaining more and more confidence in that kid. 2nd down and 6 for Griswold at their own 26. Wyman now going to roll to the far side with a run, trying to get outside, and he shoves out of bounds, just shy of the 30, I think. It'll be a gain of about 3, maybe.
That's a great job by Cannon Hansen there. On the touchdown, he got hooked. That time he kept outside contain to make sure he extended that play to the far side for only 1-2 yard gain and brings up 3rd down.
3rd and a long 3 right now for Griswold. It's 16-6 Exira EHK, and the C-Pro scoreboard. 8:04 to go in the first quarter. 2 wides to the near, 2 to the far for Griswold left to right. Back to pass Wyman. Here comes the pressure. He's going deep, and it's overthrown, incomplete, intended for Bowers.
I bet they come back to that play, Chris, because they went 3 out of the 4, went vertical there, and even with the 2 safety look, somebody needs to be open and just wasn't able, and maybe that's where the wind does play a factor. You get it that high in the air, it doesn't. We're in a press box. For those that haven't been here, great facility. So we're protected up here, and you almost wonder if the wind caught that and pushed it a little bit long.
We're up on the hill in Exira, and there's some confusion right now for Griswold. The clock is stopped on the incomplete pass, 7:59. The official has come all the way to the left side of the field. He's looking over to the sidelines or for something. Still not satisfied. Oh, maybe some.
There's lights.
There's some kids over there that were playing.
Kids these days.
They were right down by the light pole. I think he wanted them away. They were down at the bottom of the berm, which is on either side of the bleachers off the hill here. And I think they were down too low, and I don't think he wanted them down there playing and messing around close to the track, the dirt track here at Exira. They have been scolded, and and they have now the kids have all sat down now on the berm and are quieted down. I don't know how long, but
we'll see how long that lasts.
Well, Deshaun is the punter, but they don't have him out there.
I think they're going for it.
From their own 29-yard line, it's 4th down and about 3.5, 4. And now it's going to be 4th down and longer as Bowers lost track of the snap count. He just started going into his route on the far side of the field, and now they're going to have to bring the punting unit on.
Yeah, Bowers, he sees what we're seeing. When he goes outside, he has a linebacker, and so he probably has a little bit of speed on both Hansons out there and just was too quick, and that, could be costly. When we're scoring, it seems like on every possession.
Joe Deshawn will kick it for Griswold. He's standing back at his own 11-yard line. High snap, but he got it down and just got it away from the block. And a kick to Brabham, breaks a tackle to 25, up the middle, gets across the 35, diving close to midfield. They'll bring him down at about the 39-yard line. Not a bad return at all from Bryce Brabham.
Brabham, he's got some moves. He's got a little juke, a little shake, a little all that, and he's got the little bit of the grit that I really like too as a runner. And nice return. One thing I like on that, Griswold did a great job of returning. He catches the ball. I don't care where you're at when you're returning punts or kickoffs. Catch it in the air, because most of the time when you let it bounce, you lose a lot of yards.
The hardest is of those short punts, but you got to come up. You got to keep your eye on the ball. You got to be a little brave. Call a fair catch, and you save your team maybe 20 yards sometimes. First down and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Give it to Hansen. Between the tackles, gets turned around, going backwards, forwards, and he tumbles his way for a gain of 5.
Gain of 5, but the initial contact there by Taylor from his nose guard position, great job of getting contact and then finishing up, for Exira's shortest play to date so far.
Tonight's game brought to you by Wyman CarQuest, by Newman Body Shop, by Griswold Communications. Second down and 5 for Exira EHK. They lead it 16-6 on the C-Pro scoreboard. And a give to Hansen again, going off right side. Makes some contact, dives inside the 30, has the Vetter equipment first down to about the 29-yard line. Gain of 7.
Yeah, outside trap that time. Good job for the Tigers keeping contained, but everybody for the Spartans is going downhill. Even though Griswold had decent job of staying in their lanes, just the flow and just the push gets them 7 yards.
And Hansen wasn't running away from tacklers. He was looking to dish out some punishment. That's a running back. You love running backs like that.
Yep.
First down and 10 for Exira EHK at the Griswold 29-yard line. Shotgun. Brabham hands to Hansen. They grab his jersey. He breaks that. Falls forward to the 25, and then Johnson finally brings him down. But looking at Steinhoff was the one who grabbed his jersey, slowed him down a little bit.
Yeah, slowed him down, and, a lot better job for the Tigers this possession of getting upfield but under control. Making, a little bit sounder in that gap and coming up in control so they can make a tackle.
From the Griswold 26, second down and 7 for Exira EHK, right to left. And this time it's Brabham. He gets turned around, keeps his legs motoring inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line. That's another Vetter equipment first down.
Yeah, more and more that we see of the young man, just the more and more I'm impressed with the way that he sees the field, understands his role, and just continues to move his feet, even with that first contact, is not going to be brought down by just an arm tackle.
In the Hoist Distributing Red Zone, your Precision Planting and Channel C dealer in Audubon. Give Chad a call. First down and 10. And Hansen up the gut. And nobody's going to stop him, and he just rolls into the end zone for the touchdown. Once again, making it look easy. Little delayed trap to Hansen. He goes 16 yards for the touchdown.
Trap play, but then a great job of seeing the flow all going to the right and using the Tigers' momentum against them, cutting back, but not cutting back against the grain, just going straight south for the score.
So Hansen with his second touchdown run. Brabham has a touchdown run. They're going to go for 2 with Brabham. And he's wide open on the far side. Gets into the end zone for 2 more points.
Yeah, they just overload. They're hiking, and they have 4 guys to the right of the center, and just great job of sealing everybody off.
5:31 to go first quarter. Exira EHK leads 24-6. Back in a minute on KSOM.
Anita Supply Center is here for you. From the big jobs to the small tasks, we're here to help. Hi, this is Kim with a reminder of our hours, so when you need our help, we're here. Anita Supply Center is open Monday through Fridays, 7 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 until noon. We're here 6 days a week for all your building, landscaping, how-to projects, repairs, and more. We offer free in-home measurements, free estimates, and can help you put your ideas together. Anita Supply Center is open 6 days a week for all your home improvement and building needs.
United Group Insurance. People you know and people you trust. Because we are local in Southwest Iowa with offices in Red Oak, Atlantic, Griswold, and Shenandoah. Our team of agents will find the perfect policy for your needs from the wide variety of carriers that we work with. We offer policies for home, auto, life, farm, health, and commercial with vast experience in both hail and crop insurance. Learn more at unitedgroupins.com today.
Griswold.
Now back to high school football on 96.5 KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Streaming live audio on by Rigid Edge Exteriors. Transform your ordinary house into your dream home with Rigid Edge Exteriors. And right now, all Spartans. They lead at 24-6, and Griswold hasn't stopped them yet. And Hansen will boot it deep. Hansen says he never kicked before in his life before this summer. It's a short kick, fielded at the 15-yard line. And
great tackle.
Good open-field tackle that time. Couldn't see
10?
Yeah, that is 10. I thought it was 17, but it's Jack Hansen, Alex's younger brother.
Another freshman, though. Both
Yes.
kickoffs, two different freshmen. You know, we talked about that a little bit, Chris. This Spartans team has a lot of youth out there that you can see. With youth comes confidence as you feel more and more comfortable. It's a lot different playing Friday night than it is a Tuesday or Thursday night in a junior high game.
Oh, significant difference. Griswold first down and 10 on their own 21-yard line. Give it to Johnson. Slip and slides his way forward, trying to break a tackle or two, and it gets to the 25 for a gain of 4.
Yeah, Johnson has really nice pad level like he has all year and his whole career. And, you know, as much as we've talked about the passing attack, you know, where they're having success besides that really, you know, kind of broken pass play is the running game so far.
Second down and 6 for Griswold, left to right in your radio dial from their own 25. And Wyman, he's going to keep it. Goes to the far side, fakes everybody up. Down the sidelines, Bodie Wyman is going to the house. Touchdown, Griswold. Bodie Wyman just faked everybody out to Johnson. Going to the near side, he cooked it on the far side of the field and took it down for about a 64-yard touchdown.
Great job by Wyman, but I got to give credit where credit's due, Chris. And Bowers, the wide receiver, was engaged with the Spartans cornerback 15 yards down the field, kept that block all the way until Wyman was past him by 8 yards. Great job by the wide receiver staying engaged on a block.
Wyman, you ain't going to break the career passing record if you keep running it. Johnson goes up the middle, but he's going to be denied the 2-point conversion. 4:39 to play in the opening quarter. And Exira EHK leads 24-12 on the C-Pro scoreboard. We're back in a minute on KSOM.
United Group Insurance. People you know and people you trust. Because we are local in Southwest Iowa with offices in Red Oak, Atlantic, Griswold, and Shenandoah. Our team of agents will find the perfect policy for your needs from the wide variety of carriers that we work with. We offer policies for home, auto, life, farm, health, and commercial with vast experience in both hail and crop insurance. Learn more at unitedgroupins.com today.
All right, what's your favorite thing to eat at the Wyoda Steakhouse?
I love the certified Angus steaks and burgers. Wait, I'd like to change my answer to the pork tenderloin. No, the fried chicken. Okay, it's the all-you-can-eat fish on Friday night. But then there's that macaroni and cheese. Okay, the final answer is the mac and cheese. Sorry, Grandma, it's the best.
So bring the family and bring your friends to a tradition of great eating at the Wyoda Steakhouse. Open 5 to 10 Tuesday through Saturday, or give them a carryout call at 712-783-9232.
.com or call us at 778-2121 for more information.
Now back to high school football on 96.5 KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Well, Alex Hansen's now returning kicks, and he can't bring him down. He comes to the near side and close to midfield on a great return by Alex Hansen on a squibber by Russell. They'll mark him just shy of midfield at their own 39.
Yeah, we should have done this to start the game. What's the over-under for how many yards or points to combine?
Well, remember, gambling is illegal if you're under the age of 18.
Well, we're not, though.
It's for entertainment purposes
It's
only.
Hypothetically. Hypothetically.
Oh, man, I would have taken the over no matter what you said. Direct snap to Hansen, ran to his own guy, bounces it near side, into Griswold territory, got something out of nothing, and he rumbles his way for a gain of 7. What a great job by Hansen after hitting the backfield, really by his own guy, and penetration by Griswold, getting it to the outside.
Yeah, the Griswold outside tackle, outside end there. Trap block, he said, I'm going upfield, and I'm going to put you back in the backfield, and Hansen did a great job of reversing course to get positive yards.
That was Deshaun who made the penetration.
Yes, Deshaun did.
Second down and 3. Deshaun penetrates again with a pitch outside to Hansen. Breaks a tackle, gets a great block downfield. Hansen inside the 10, tumbles to the 5. What a block by Exira EHK's Owen Jewell downfield, and now allowed Hansen a big hole as he rumbles for a Vetter Equipment first down in the Hoist Distributing red zone.
Jewell for the initial. Well, great option play, first of all, using Deshaun's upfield movement against him. But Nelson then all the way down, once again, wide receivers blocking 20, 30 yards down the field. It helps make good, moderate plays, huge plays.
28-yard rumble by Hansen, and it's first down and goal from the 6. And Brabham in the shotgun. Hands it off to Hansen again. Big-time pads collide there right at the line of scrimmage, and Hansen goes nowhere this time.
Yeah, Wyatt Peterson.
Yeah. What a great matchup. We talked about it in the pregame. We talked a little bit about it. Peterson and Hansen, and they just met one another right there. I don't know if they've met each other before, but they're acquainted now.
They definitely are acquainted now.
I have Hansen now at 99 yards rushing. Unofficially, it's second down and goal for Exira EHK at the 6. Kilworth slides in motion near side. Brabham goes behind him and gang tackled, but falls out of that gang. Inside the 5 to about the 4. Only going to give him 2 on that run.
Yeah, good job by Johnson coming from his defensive end position and just getting upfield, but under controlled coming upfield. That is the key, especially against the Spartans' offense, is their runners do such a good job of reading where the holes are. You have to be disciplined, and as a defender, have your eyes up and shoulders square.
They stopped the clock at 2:31, and then they blew it again. I don't know why they stopped the clock there. It's third down and goal from the 4. The clock is moving now down to 2:17. Brabham on the direct snap. Nothing outside. Comes back inside. Great defense by Griswold. They cut it out on the far side of the field. Johnson got him on the near side of the field along with Steinhoff. Brabham got nothing.
Overload by one player instead of 2 players, like the 2-point conversion. But the difference with Griswold that time was, once again, they got upfield, and the backside guy kept contained, so the cutback was not there.
Fourth down and goal from the 4 for Exira EHK. They're going for it. Clock moving down to 1:37. Brabham almost lost the snap. Back to pass. He throws it. That's a touchdown. Kilworth. And he made it look easy.
So that time they did overload
check
like
that.
the 2-point
That's
conversion.
Sandboothy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I love that. I mean, one of the hardest plays as a defender, especially at linebacker position, when you have a 4th and 4 at the goal line or any place when you need short yardage, is a tight end pop pass or that drag route right across. And right at the linebacker level, and that is so hard to defend, especially when they are overloaded and have never shown that yet tonight.
Slade Samboth, he's only had one catch all year long. Now it's two. Go for two. Hansen easily up the gut. Waltzes his way into the end zone for another 2-point conversion. 1:33 to play in the opening quarter. Exira EHK leads at 32-12 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Back in a minute on KSOM.
Harvest season means long hours, and Vetter Equipment, your Case IH dealer in Audubon, is here to help you through every single one. They are extending their parts and service hours so you can keep going. Their factory-trained technicians offer expert service and fast turnaround, plus next-day parts availability. For reliable, around-the-clock support, count on Vetter Equipment, your Case IH dealer in Audubon. Call or text them today at 712-563-4219. Have a safe harvest season.
From start to finish, let Aiken Design Center help you with your kitchen or bathroom ideas. For new designs or remodels, Aiken Design Center will work with you or your contractor to make your dream a reality. If you're not sure what you want, stop into our showroom so our custom designers can help you find what will suit your needs as well as your budget. The Aiken Design Center staff is committed to quality design while meeting your needs. Stop into Aiken today to find out how we can help.
Spartans. Now back to high school football on 96.5 KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Hansen going to be a little short kick, going to take a hop. One of the up men for Griswold picks it out of the 20, and he gets only back to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, good job there again by the freshman, Jack Hansen. You know, getting downfield, outside leverage, making the play.
Next week, it'll be playoff time for 8-man, Class A, 1A, and 2A. There'll still be one more week of regular season games for 3A, 4A, and 5A. So we're into the playoffs next week. Playoff parents are expected to be released later tonight at the conclusion of today's games. First down and 10 for Griswold at their own 25-yard line. And back to passes. Wyman throws a slant far side. Actually not slant, but far side. He throws it to Bowers. It's caught down the far sideline. He has the first down at the 38-yard line to pick up a 13.
Yeah, first down, but you know, the coaching staffs for the Tigers, Peterson actually did a really nice wheel route there from his slot back position, and that free safety was not able with the cover two to get over there, and I bet that we'll see that play again with the twins on one side and single with Bowers on the other.
Bowers has been open all night long. First down and 10 for Griswold, their own 38. Throw it far side. Bowers makes the catch into Exira territory. Down inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 8.
Yeah, and you know, with that cover two coverage, the Spartans cornerbacks are going to have, especially on Bowers' side, because Wyman can obviously throw the ball. So, you know, and that's just pitch and catch, especially when it's on the short side of the field. It's not a long throw, and if you're going to be 8-10 yards off, Bowers is going to take his chance and make one man miss, or you're going to have to make a tackle, and I still have 8 yards like they did there.
Just under a minute to go in the first quarter. 32-12 Exira on the C-Pro scoreboard. Low snap on second and 2. Throw near side, it's caught. Oh, man, absorbing that hit is Peterson.
Still going. Ball came out.
And then he came out.
Still out.
Exira saying they have it. And no signal yet, but Peterson caught it, and I don't know who has it.
No,
it's Exira
does.
ball. They finally signaled it. Well, Peterson was being bounced around like a ping ball machine, and like a ping ball, and he refused to go down, and then they finally stripped it out of his hands, and a fumble. And Exira recovers at their own 30-yard line.
You hate to see that, but that's part of football. You have to cover it up, and even when you're fighting for that extra yard, great job of breaking 3 tackles, but you got to hold on to the ball. Great play by Exira to shift the momentum.
From their own 30, and you know what? I was almost said it if it wasn't for a fumble. I was going to say we haven't had a flag all night long, and shame on me for even thinking
don't
it
think that.
Because guess what? We get a flag.
Yeah. Pretty clean game, though, so far.
Just a false start called against Exira EHK.
And sometimes you see that, Chris, with a sudden change like that. You know, everybody's excited. You know, sudden change. You almost, especially with the lead. Okay, let's take some of the play clock off. Let's make sure everybody's set.
Got Hansen in the pants. 1st and 15. Delay handoff. Hansen up the middle. They better get him down. If he busts through that, he's going to be gone. He just drags tacklers to the 35-yard line and gets 10.
You know, other thing that Hansen does really well is besides driving with the knees and everything, once he has contact, his strides are shorter. You know, he's exploding off the ground. He feels the contact and knows that I cannot take long strides because then I'm off balance.
2nd down and a short 5, maybe 4.5 for Exira EHK. Direct snap, Brabham between the tackles, trying to bounce it out. Then cuts it back of the hash into Griswold territory. Vetter equipment, 1st down to the 35-yard line. Pick up a 10.
You know, Brown just did his wide receiver the biggest favor you could ever do for somebody that's trying to block. I'm going to make it look like you blocked somebody even though you didn't have contact because I am so shifty out there. He's truly showing his athletic ability.
That's the end of the first quarter. Your score, Exira EHK 32, Griswold 12 on the C-Pro scoreboard. We're back in a minute on KSOM.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Griswold Communications reminds you to take a moment and give your data privacy practices a checkup. Use a strong and protective password manager, enable multi-factor authentication, back up your data, keep your devices up to date, and be wary of what you click. If you find that you are missing some of these protections, Tech Home from Griswold Communications can help. Plus, renting a wireless router from Griswold Communications includes the Protect IQ app for an extra layer of protection. Visit griswoldcommunications.com or call us at 778-2121 for more information.
Viking Construction in Exira provides a full range of residential and commercial construction. Viking Construction has the expertise to guide you through the entire process. Viking Construction is locally owned and operated and has built their business on trust and integrity. If you want a dependable construction company you can count on, call Viking Construction in Exira, 712-268-5366. Viking Construction is a proud sponsor of their community and the Exira EHK Spartans.
Live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Chris and John along with you. Bill Saluka, videographer Tanner, back in the plush KSOM studios. 32-12, Exira EHK over Griswold. Final night of the 8-man regular season. Spartans have it 1st down and 10 at the Griswold 34-yard line. In the shotgun, Brabham hands it off to Hansen. This time he's hit at the line, falls 4, got 2. Good defense that time by the Tigers to wrap him up, and they have not done that much.
Yeah, really good job there by the Cameron Roselle. They're doing it from the nose guard position and just shedding the center, making sure that he's reading and having his eyes upfield and making contact with Hansen. And he's a young man that's hard to bring down for just a 1-2 yard gain.
2nd down and 8 for Exira EHK. Play action.
Nice
Grab him
fake.
back to pass. He's got a man
Wide
wide open, and it's Kilworth. Nobody back there. Touchdown. Everybody bid on the fake. They were going for the
Everybody
run.
bid on the fake. Sorry, Chris. And Hansen's he's a little shook up because they tackled him so hard. I mean, that's how well they've been running the ball. And besides the 2-point or the touchdown, that's probably the first pass, but great job and execution. And Hansen paid a price because they lit him up with the fake.
Oh, yeah, they just stacked everybody inside, gearing up to stop Hansen. Brabham's going to run for 2, goes outside, reverses back inside, and gets in. 11-17 to go in the second quarter. All Exira EHK in the C-Pro scoreboard. They lead at 40-12. We're back in a minute on KSOM.
Remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref.
That's simple human sense.
Call Community Insurance in Audubon today at 712-563-4422 or
Newman Body Shop in Lyman is your only stop for total auto body repair. Newman handles everything from glass replacement, paint and wheel alignment, to complete auto restoration. For information on all the services Newman Body Shop offers, give them a call at 712-778-4428 or stop by Newman Body Shop on Tucson Road in Lyman. Newman Body Shop is a proud supporter of Griswold Tigers sports.
96.5 KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Bryce Brabham has thrown 2 passes, both of them for touchdowns. Hanson's kick muffed a bit, but picked up at the 8-yard line. Johnson gets it across the 20.
Oh, flag. See, Chris, you mentioned it. Now I see the.
I didn't mention it. That's the thing.
I know,
thought it.
you thought it.
I thought it.
Don't think
Don't-
it.
Don't think too much.
Don't think, just do.
Don't think. It only hurts the ball club. I love Bull Durham. It's from Bull Durham. Great movie. It's going to be holding on Griswold, and they'll move them back, and they got to start from their own 10. Maybe they're 8. Might be half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, because they called it at the 18, so probably at the 9.
It might be around, yeah. Use right. At the 9. And the Tigers need some good news in a hurry. Today's game, video powered by Nishtanet. Technically awesome. First down and 10 for Griswold at their own 9. Trailing 40-12 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Spread the field with 3 wides. Wyman back to pass. Going deep across the middle. And no one home. And really was Nelson the only guy who could have made that catch, and he wears black uniform.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication because both Griswold guys were basically on the far hash. And when you're going 2 verticals, you want to split that 2 safety look.
Well, they've had receivers open. It's just Bodie Wyman hasn't been able to find them.
Yep.
You know, and that time, again, receivers were open, but I don't know, maybe he's just thinking rush is there. He had a little bit of time to step up and throw that football. Second down and 10 for the Griswold Tigers at their own 9-yard line. Now trips to the near side, one of the far empty backfield for Wyman. Back to pass. He's looking near side and throws a slant. There's a flag down. We might get contact downfield on Exira EHK. I couldn't tell you the intended receiver is for.
Yeah, I think Hanson from his middle linebacker, you know, so what they're doing is, especially on trips, bring the outside linebacker to the far guy. Sometimes you want him in slot, but, you know, in 8-man football, you don't have that extra guy, so you're bringing an outside linebacker all the way to the outside, which requires your inside backer to have that inside slot or anybody on the coming across, and so you really have to have your head on a swivel there.
Well, that's on a slant pattern that was designed to go for about 7, and they get 15 on the pass interference call, and a first down for the Tigers at their own 24, trailing 40-12. Empty backfield again. Bowers, wide receiver screen, has an opening, and he dives close to midfield, just using some blockers downfield. Johnson going down in front of him, helping out the cause. Bowers gets a better equipment first down.
Great play call by the Tigers staff, because that time the Spartans switched it up and went to the man coverage, so both safeties had the inside 2 slots, and Hanson was on Bowers on the outside, and with that man coverage, he got blocked as he was, or pick play or whatever, but it's really not a pick because the pass is so quick.
Gain of 15 and a better equipment first down, just shy of midfield at the 39. Wyman back to pass again. Bowers wide open. Stutter step move, dives out of bounds. He's close to another first down. I think he's got another better equipment first down, gain of 10.
Yeah, now you kind of see Wyman kind of getting in a rhythm, setting his feet, squaring his shoulders up, and instead of going deep, they're just, you know, just doing 8-yard outs, quick plays, wide receiver screens.
Well, Connor Bowers 5 catches for 77 yards. He's the only one who's caught a ball so far. They're going to measure here for the first down, and the chain gang will come in all the way from the far side. Have you ever been on a chain gang?
I actually, the last 7 years, that's why I didn't do this, because I was a chain gang for all the Lank games watching Craig Allen and Colton play in the Trojan Bowl.
I got drafted to do the chain game for Morningside College games in one season.
It was one way.
It was a lot of fun, actually.
It was the one way where I had to keep my mouth shut.
Yes.
And sometimes I still didn't do it. For those that know me well, it probably is not hard to imagine.
They say he was short of the first down, so it's a gain of 9 for Bowers. It's second down on inches, just shy of the 31-yard line. Hand off to Johnson. He's got a hole, rumbling his way forward, and dives. He'll be just shy of the 35-yard line, so he'll pick up 5.
Really good trap play there. And Griswold, now you can kind of get a feel where they're mixing it up. They're doing a little bit different things. Intermediate, you almost get the feel. Okay, now we have the intermediate. Now let's go back and try to get the home run ball.
We near the 10-minute mark of the second quarter, 40-12. Exira EHK on the C-Pro scoreboard. First down and 10 for Griswold. Wyman back to pass. He looks to the side, floats it far side, and it's too high, incomplete. Intended for Wilson. Oh, he had him too. I think he simply looked off Bowers near side, and the defense wasn't expecting to go to Wilson, and he just threw it too high.
But it went through Wilson's hands. So, yes, it was a little high, but at the same time, I always say if you can touch it, you got to catch it.
Yeah, that's a good point. It would have been a hard catch.
It would have been a hard catch, but,
it's catchable.
Yep.
Second down.
Sorry, Chris. And in a game like this, you got to make those plays.
Right. Because they cannot stop the Spartans. Second down and 10 from the 26. Wyman throws it near side. Another ball that should have been caught. Bowers juggled it. Incomplete. And clock stops with 9:51 to go in the second quarter. And it's going to bring up a third down and long. Well, Griswold cannot afford to drop balls. Tonight's game brought to you by Brocker Carnes & Carnes. Trusted insurance since 1894 by Cass Health. Neighbors caring for neighbors. 3rd and 10 for Griswold at the Exira EHK 26-yard line. Reverse going to the far side of the field. Got a lot of room. And going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown is Peyton Cook. Peyton Cook got the handoff from Johnson. The entire Spartan defense was coming near side. Cook going far side. He had a blocker with his quarterback. Wyman out in front of him, and Cook goes all the way for the touchdown.
Yeah, using the flow against the defense. Great play call again. And now you can see Griswold kind of getting a little bit of moxie back as far as confidence on what they can do.
So a Brabham to Kilworth 30-yard touchdown answered by Cook 30-yard touchdown run to go for 2. It is no good.
Nice.
9:43 to go in the second quarter. 40-18 Exira EHK. Back in a minute on KSOM.
Who can you trust to treat you fair and get you back on the road? J.D. Wyman Service on Main Street in Griswold. Big repairs or general maintenance. Trust J.D. Wyman Service to get you on the road fairly. You're a certified auto do-it-yourselfer. You like the smell of grease, and that's why when it comes to parts, you buy them at Wyman's Car Quest on Main Street in Griswold. Because you care about what you put in your vehicles. Trust the tires, parts, and tools from Wyman's Car Quest in Griswold.
Did you know that Mexican food is considered to be healthy? What? How do you figure? Almost every dish has vegetables. Salsa, all vegetables. Guacamole, avocados, and corn tortillas. They're naturally gluten-free.
Okay, I get it. Tacos, lettuce and tomato. So Rancho Grande for dinner?
Race it to the car.
Add more vegetables to your diet at Rancho Grande Atlantic. And then you can indulge in a guilt-free margarita, imported beer, or dessert. Choose a healthier option at Rancho Grande. Open 7 days a week.
KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
All right, Russell will kick it deep for Griswold, and the Tigers desperately need a stop. They haven't had one yet tonight. 40-18 on the C-Pro scoreboard. It was a nice play, though, there on Cook's run. That's a little squibber that's short. Picked up by Kilworth. Goes to the far side of the field, just short of the 35. Exira actually has the 5 markers.
Yeah, I was just thinking, so we don't have the signs like we had Fremont Mills, but every 5 yards, great job of paint job. You know, this field on the hill, even with the cinder track, but the field has a lot of tradition here, called a lot of great plays. I talked to Austin and Devin, called some plays with Austin playing offensive line for the Spartans the year they got second in the Dome.
First down and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Hanson, the ball carrier, goes up the middle and fights his way for a gain of about a 3 for Alex Hanson. You know, I mean, we talked about how Fremont Mills has a green field. Exira's doing watering. There's some spots of green and some other dry spots. It's hard to keep the football fields green this year, but they've certainly gave it their effort. The field looks in decent shape.
But in town, is there a yard that looks as good as this field looks?
Maybe not.
I mean, great job by the staff.
Looks better than my yard. Second down and 7. And a pitch out of the shotgun to Hanson near side, but a grab at his foot and bring him down. That's a great job that time by Griswold, by Auden Wilson.
That's a great play.
Hanson loses a yard.
He can't run when you have both ankles, and that's what Wilson did. He had both ankles, and he was not letting go until a teammate came to finish it off.
I can think of only one college that has the 5 markers. You know what college I'm thinking of? They go 25 and 35 and 45.
Does Notre Dame do that?
No, it's Death Valley. LSU.
Oh.
You remember LSU?
No.
They do the 5s. There might be another one, but LSU is the one I'm thinking of. Third down and long. Brabham wants a screen. Far side. Hanson catches it, and he's dropped immediately by Zane Johnson.
Great read call from his linebacker position, seeing Hanson going out, and he follows him. That is a great play, great scouting, understanding tendencies. That's a young man that's watched a lot of film.
A loss of 4.
That's their first stop, isn't it? Is that Griswold's first stop?
That is their first stop. So they'll punt it. And a short kick, but high kick. They're going to let it bounce, which is not what you want. A Exira bounce from about the 15. Didn't get a great bounce. Only lost about 5 yards on that return. But the Spartans, Griswold will start at their own 11. But a victory, nevertheless, for Griswold. They still trail 40-18 on the CE Pro scoreboard with 7:30 to go. As this, I don't know which moves faster, a sloth or this football game.
There's a lot of action, but the clock is a sloth.
The clock is sloth-like. Google sloth, and they're friendly creatures, but they move not very quickly. From their own 11, Griswold first out of 10, right to left on your radio dial. Wyman empty backfield, first and 10. Back to pass. He's looking near side. He wants to go deep. He's got Bowers.
Oh,
open.
Great job.
He makes the catch at midfield.
No, Exira did.
Oh, Exira picked him off.
Jewell did a great job when he was on the hash, and they went 2 verticals, and Hanson did not go with Bowers, which he can't because they're playing cover 2. So he's taught, go. And Jewell does a great job of reading the ball, comes off of his guy to read the ball and get it before Bowers does. Great play, huge play in this game.
Yeah, Drew Buck called a couple of weeks ago. He talked to me about Owen Jewell and how he's emerged. He didn't really play much football in the past, but he's become a key player. Play action, they want to go deep, but Brabham's going down. Great pressure that time by Griswold, and Steinhoff was able to wrap him up for the sack. What a great play by Steinhoff.
Exact same play where they had nobody within 25 yards of Kilworth for the touchdown play. Exact same play. Difference? Steinhoff read the play on a blitz. other difference is Kilworth was not open like he was the last time. Learned from what happened last time to make a big change in the line of scrimmage.
Second down and 23. And Brabham's going to run this time. And it's, boy, did Johnson grab his face mask? It looked like it. He got him back reversed the other way. He was going backwards, forward. Brabham got to the 37-yard line, so he got a chunk of it back.
Got half of it back, but yeah, it did look like I think he had the front of his jersey and not his face mask, but
gain of 11 by Bryce Brabham, and it's going to be third down and 12 for Exira EHK as the clock ticks down to 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Spartans lead 40-18 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Brabham in the shotgun. And Hansen next to him. He wants to run it. Got slipped up. He slipped a little bit. He didn't get good traction. Johnson in the backfield. Also back there was Deshaun. And Brabham only got nothing. He got nothing.
Yeah, no gain there. And the ends for Griswold are really stepping up their game. Getting 2 yards deep, but then holding their ground. And it's making the huge difference for the Tigers defense.
So 4th and 12, and they'll punt it. And a good boot this time by Kilworth. And it's going to go into the end zone. Auden Wilson just stood and looked at it and hoped because it was inside the 5. It took a couple of hops. And it's going to go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and Griswold will get it their own 15. So it remains 40-18. Griswold, though, you got to be admiring the Tigers. They've gotten better on defense. They're going to get it back. The interception doesn't hurt them, except that it stopped the drive. 5:14 to go in the second quarter. But the Tigers still trail by a bunch. First out of 10 at their own 15-yard line. Wyman empty backfield. Turns and throws a screen behind Johnson. You got to get on top of that ball. Don't wait for a whistle. It's going to be ruled incomplete. But if that is ruled behind the line of scrimmage or behind the receiver, it could be ruled a lateral.
Yep.
So you got to be wary of that. Don't wait for a whistle. Just wait. Go and cover up that ball. Tonight's game brought to you by 3H Customs, customizing your farming resources to fit your needs. By Nita Supply Center, your home enhancement store. We're here to help. Second and 10 for Griswold at their own 15-yard line. Empty backfield for Wyman. Throw the screen near side, Bowers. Bowers breaks a tackle from Hansen at the 25. Gets outside. He's brought down across the 30-yard line. He evaded Hansen, but Sandbothy brought him down on the far side of the field. And may have saved a touchdown. No, that's not Sandbothy. That is
Brabham.
That is Brabham. Great tackle by Brabham.
That's a touchdown-saving tackle there. I mean, that no doubt, but great move by Bowers coming across the field. You know, he's with that tackle. Almost wonder if he kind of tweaked his ankle there a little bit, limping coming back to the near side here.
It's a 6th catch for 94 yards. Better equipment first down. Wyman wants to run between the tackles and runs into a lot of black jerseys there, including Mr. Hansen himself.
Yeah,
Wyman says, I wasn't planning on meeting you tonight.
You know, and that's the thing, and now they switched it up, is when they go trips and Hansen needs to go outside, you know, when Alex Hansen needs to go outside, you're taking your best tackler and kind of field general for the defense and putting him way on the outside of the field instead of the middle field where he's most effective at.
Now, Cannon Hansen is outside covering the receiver.
Yeah.
So they switched Hansens. They're not related. Second down and 10. Wyman back to pass. Throws too low. Incomplete. Intended that time for Wyatt Silk. And that'll stop the clock. Third down and long for Griswold with 3:48 to go in the second quarter. Coming up at halftime, we'll hear from Iowa State head coach Matt Campbell and preview tomorrow's game against UCF. The Knights. Remember when Scott Frost was their head coach and had him in prominence? UCF, then he went to Nebraska, and we haven't heard from him again.
I think he's doing all right, though.
Oh, he probably has cash somewhere.
Yeah.
3rd and 10 for Griswold at their own 33-yard line. Low snap, Wyman has it. Back to pass, flush. Throws to the far side, flag down. Going deep, has a man. It's caught on Wilson. Touchdown, but check the flag.
It's coming back. Oh, and coming back even more.
Well, R.J. Deshawn comes up limping a little bit on the offensive line. He's debating on whether to go down or not. The officials are talking it over. Griswold is coming back. So a touchdown goes off the board. Probably going to be a holding call.
Holding call, but I don't know what the second one is. I don't know if
there are
somebody
2 flags?
Yeah.
So
Take that back. Maybe I take that back. Maybe when he threw it the second time, it was so he had a spot on the hold. Closer to where it took place.
It's a 47-yard touchdown. Officials are talking things over. They're going to wave it off? They're going to call a penalty? What are they going to do? They haven't signaled anything yet. Oh, now they're going to call it's holding on Griswold. The official turned and looked on the far side, but he didn't give a signal. Oh, roughing the quarterback call. They got holding and roughing the quarterback, so there were 2 penalties on the play, and they're offset. Well, touchdown is taken off, but Griswold won't lose any yardage on a roughing the quarterback call, and it'll stay at 3rd down and 10.
But still, takes points off the off the board.
And the Tigers need points.
Yep.
They're down 22. 3rd down and 10 for the Tigers. Trips near side. Wyman throws, slant to Wilson. Wilson across the middle, has a first down into Exira EHK territory, down at about the 36-yard line. 36. I was right the first time.
Yeah, Wilson doing what Bowers did the last time, trips to the near side here, and just a wide receiver screen. The 2 slot backs go and block, seal it off, and then get between those outside defenders and your main defenders at the line of scrimmage for a nice 12-yard gain.
Chains reset, and the clock moves again under 3:20 to go in the second quarter. 40-18, Exira EHK with the lead. First down and 10, though, for Griswold at the Spartan 36. Wyman empty backfield. Here comes the pressure. Throws it far side.
Ball
juggling.
comes out.
That's an incomplete pass. He was juggling. He never had possession of that ball.
Good coverage there for Alex Hansen. I know he's used to playing middle linebacker and playing the, basically a tight corner position with the formations that the Tigers bring out. Usually trips or twins on both sides almost every single play.
Peyton Cook was the intended receiver. Clock stops, 2:56 to go in the second quarter. Second down and 10 for Griswold at the Spartan 36. Trips to the near side for Wyman, empty backfield. Johnson in the slot. Well, he dropped the ball and he falls on it. Didn't have time to pick it up back at his own 38-yard line, and that's a loss of 6.
Yeah, probably good. Just even though you take the lost yards, Wyman with his senior and experience, instead of giving the ball up, let's take our loss so we can try to get this first down, and probably in 2, hopefully this next play, but take 2 plays chances at it.
Well, he was in such a hurry to get rid of that ball that he forgot to hold on to it. And it's 3rd down and 16 at their own 38-yard line. Wyman throws a screen again, and it's incomplete. It went over the head of Bowers. Well, that was a play they'd love to have back. Timeout is going to be called, I believe. Timeout on the field. They didn't signal who called it.
I think Griswold.
2:14 to go in the second quarter. 40-18, Exira EHK and the C-Pro School Board back in a minute on KSOM.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services or stop in anytime.
3H Customs has everything any farmer needs to be successful, and that's not an exaggeration. We offer soil sampling, crop scouting, and spraying. We also offer precision planting products, Midwest seed genetics, and nature's fertilizers. Don't forget fertilizers and anhydrous also. 3H Customs has everything the Iowa farmer needs, and we dedicate ourselves to helping each farmer be successful. For more information on how you can build that successful operation, call 249-2429 or visit 3hcustoms.com. 3H Customs, customizing your farming resources to fit your needs.
Ask Health at 712-243-2850.
Now back to high school football on 96.5 KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Well, I have no idea what Griswold wants to do here. They have Johnson lined up. It's 4th down and 16. Johnson is lined up. So is Wyman. They're going to go for it. Wyman back to pass. He rolls to the near side. Backpedals. Throws. Caught by Silk. No, they rolled him out of bounds.
But it would have been short of the first down anyway.
Yeah, but I don't get what happened there. And then what they've done is they turn it over on downs with 2:07 to play. Plenty of time left on the clock for Exira EHK right at midfield, actually in Griswold territory. Why didn't you punt it? I was thinking punt all the way there, and I just don't understand what happened there. So Exira has a chance to put more points on the board. They start at the Griswold 38-yard line. Very bizarre. Spartans in good shape here with over 2 minutes left of the first half. Direct snap to Hansen in the Wildcat. He just runs right into a pile, goes shoulder first, and buries his way for a pickup of 4.
But the Griswold defense, this is the best in the 6 quarters that we've seen this defense. The last 4 possessions is hands down the best, fundamentally sound and much better tackling at the point of attack.
2nd down and 6 for Exira, and they're not in any hurry at the Griswold 29-yard line. Brabham. Hansen comes in motion. Brabham back to pass. He wants to go deep, and there was contact downfield. Kilworth, the intended receiver, and I think Griswold got away with a pass interference call.
Yeah, that's a good job of doing pass interference, but making it. He looked back. He didn't. He kind of had his arm. It's like hand checking all the time in basketball. If you're doing it the whole way, it's harder for the stripes to call it.
But Steinhoff, and give him credit, he got away with it, but he initiated a little bit of contact right around the belt, just above the belt of Kilworth. It'll stop the clock with 1:24 to go, and it's 3rd down and 6 for Exira. Brabham back to pass again, being pressured, steps up, throws, looking for Hansen. Contact again, but that time both of them initiating it, and it's incomplete. Silk on the coverage.
Now what do you do as for the Spartans? Do you go for it here? I guess it's on.
I'd say the play is punt. I'm going to stay with it. I mean, you punt. I know you want points, but I still say the play is to punt. Griswold's defense is done better. You're up 40-18. There's a 1:18 left. Pin them deep. Maybe your defense can get a play, but they're going to go for it. So what do I know? That's why I'm up here and not coaching. 4th down and 6, and we have a timeout called by Exira EHK. Looks like they want to rethink. 40-18, Spartans lead it on the C-Pro scoreboard. We're back at 30 seconds on KSOM.
Introducing HeadSight from Precision Planting. HeadSight automatic header control is accurate and versatile, giving you the ability to focus on other details that matter. With automatic header height and tilt control, you can maximize your harvest with minimum stress. Let HeadSight do the calculating and adjusting for you. Contact your local precision dealer for more details. Hoist Distributing in Audubon, 712-563-3030.
you and your combine's yield monitor.
Now back to high school football on 96.5 KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
It looked like Exira EHK was going to run away from Griswold, but the Tigers are finally able to play some defense. Both teams have scored a touchdown here in the second quarter, but the difference is the 2-point conversions for Exira. They've converted it every time. But credit the Tigers for making some defensive adjustments. It's 4th down and 7 for Exira EHK at the Griswold 36-yard line.
Stacked. Both sides.
2 to the far, 1 to the near. Back to pass Brabham. He's being pressured. He rolls to the near side. Now he's going to run with it to the 30. Driven out of bounds. Close to a first down. I think he's got it.
No,
maybe.
I don't know. That spot.
The official on the far side initially was going to mark him across the goal line, across the line to gain. I hate to say that term. But the official on the near side was closest to it, and they marked him short of the first down. And so Brabham needed 7. He got 6. And what a great job by the Tigers to hold. And they take over on downs at their own 29-yard line. Now, what can they do with 1:09 to go?
So we went from scoring every possession to having 5 straight possessions with no scores.
Yeah, pretty much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight. And Griswold is going to get it first to start the second half. They lost the toss. Exira wanted it, and they scored first. They led the whole way. Griswold's got some big plays. Wyman back to pass. Lost at far side. It's too high for Auden Wilson, incomplete. And suddenly, Wyman has thrown 4 straight incompletions.
But the Spartans are getting a little bit more pressure, especially up the middle, that is making him, there's not a true pocket, for Wyman just to, with the shotgun, set his feet, square up his shoulders, and launch it.
2nd down and 10 for Griswold at their own 29. 1:05 still to play in his opening half. 40-18 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Spartans lead the Tigers. Wyman back to pass again. Throws it. Was it tipped? Johnson incomplete. Doesn't matter. And it will bring up 3rd down and long. They're trying these wide receiver screens, but all of a sudden, Wyman is off target. Well, Bowers has been the one guy who's been his target. 6 catches for 94 yards unofficially.
But
Wilson
he's still really
catch.
tender on that ankle. When he's coming out here, he's still tender on that ankle.
He's not running like he was earlier in the game. 3rd down and 10. And they're going to double handoff. Cook to the far side of the field, but Hansen stiffs it out. Cook breaks a tackle. Didn't look like he was running as hard as he would have liked to. And driven out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. Good defense by the Spartans. We have a flag down. I thought.
No, I don't think that.
Well, they say he was out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Way behind the line of scrimmage. I thought he got close back to the line of scrimmage, but he's going to lose 5 yards.
Yeah, Hansen did a really good job with that on the far side and his extended linebacker to a cornerback.
Somebody's finally going to take my advice and punt it. But Griswold is going to take a timeout with 54 seconds left in the first half. It's 40-18 Exira EHK. We're back in 30 seconds on KS.
Back to high school football on 96.5 KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
All right, so it's 4th down for Griswold, 4th and 15. Brabham will go back deep for the Spartans. Deshaun to punt it for Griswold. Both teams 2 and 5 coming in, playing for pride here tonight. As we said, Exira EHK, very slim playoff hopes. They got to win and got to get help. High kick, but short. They'll let it hop at the 30. Brabham, and it takes an Exira bounce, but only about 3 yards. And finally down at the 27-yard line. So, it was only about a 29-yard punt or so, no return. It was against the wind. Wind has died down a little bit, but it's still a factor. And Exira will go with a win at their back. But the second quarter offense has been harder to come by for both teams. From their own 27, first down and 10 for the Spartans. And Brabham looks to go up the middle. There's nothing there. And then he's just thrown backwards, that time by Deshaun. R.J. Deshaun able to seal off the outside, and Brabham had nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go at all. I mean, that's, like I said, the adjustment and just the more soundness, the better tackling. It's second quarter on. I mean, the Griswold Tiger defense looks like a completely different team than we saw against Fremont Mills, and quite honestly, the first quarter of this game.
Well, they were able to stuff it up the middle, and Deshaun did the rest. Second down and long. 15, give it to Hansen this time. Gets into a big pileup, then breaks out of it to the far side of the field. Dropped down just shy of the first down marker. But that's going to be the end of the first half. Hansen picks up 14 more yards. He is well over 100 yards in that first half. We'll go through the first half stats and get some scores from around the area. That is the end of the first half. Your score, Exira EHK 40, Griswold 18. Our halftime starts in 2 minutes on KSOM.
Introducing HeadSight from Precision Planting. HeadSight automatic header control is accurate and versatile, giving you the ability to focus on other details that matter. With automatic header height and tilt control, you can maximize your harvest with minimum stress. Let HeadSight do the calculating and adjusting for you. Contact your local precision dealer for more details. Hoist Distributing in Audubon, 712-563-3030. Looking to upgrade your home? Or maybe you have storm damage that still needs repair? Rigid Edge Exteriors has you covered. From roofs and siding to gutters, windows, decks, and interior remodels, our team does it all, residential or commercial. For a free estimate, call Rigid Edge Exteriors today at 712-249-4449. That's 712-249-4449. Let us transform your ordinary house into your dream home.
Got a leak? A clog? Or maybe it's time for a brand new bathroom. Furnace or AC needs some attention? Or are you interested in floor heating? Call Fikes Plumbing and Services. Your trusted local experts in so many areas is now serving the Greenfield and Atlantic areas. From quick fixes to major renovations, Fikes Plumbing and Services has you covered with fast, friendly, and reliable service. With 30 years of service, Fikes licensed professionals tackle every job with care, ensuring your home stays comfortable and safe. Don't wait. Call Fikes Plumbing and Services today for your HVAC, plumbing, sewer, and septic needs.
Stein delivers more new genetics faster. Our focus on delivering higher yielding genetics faster than the competition is why we have released more new Enlist E3 lines in the past 5 years than any other seed company. For elite genetics paired with simple, flexible, and effective weed control, plant Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Stein has yield. 45 years of yield. Learn more at steinseed.com.
It's halftime here on KSOM between Exira EHK and Griswold. It's time for our Aiken Building Center halftime. We're the do-it-yourself pros shop in Atlantic, Corning, Clarinda, and Creston. Coming up, we will have stats from the first half and scores from around the area. That's all coming up on our Aiken Building Center halftime. Well, the wins keep coming for Iowa State. 6 in a row to start the season after last Saturday's 28-16 win in West Virginia. It was the coming out party for Carson Hansen with 96 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. The week before it was Jalen Jackson with 107 yards and 2 touchdowns against Baylor. The week before that, it was Abu Sama with 101 yards and 1 touchdown versus Houston. 3 weeks and 3 different outstanding rushing performances. Head coach Matt Campbell says there really isn't any science to determining his starter.
Yeah, that's a great thing about football practice, right? You go to practice, and then when you practice and you play good, then you get to play in the game. And so that's really how we determine it. You know, it's like probably how it should be done. And we got 3 guys that are really good football players and keep playing really good football. And I think we're as blessed as anybody in college football right now to have guys that are playing great. I mean, Abu's had a great season so far. Carson's playing great football, and obviously Jalen's played great football. And, you know, you got to practice good to play good. And, you know, no better time right now than right now to be your best and earn the right to kind of get those carries. And then the nice thing is, you know, once you get into a game, who's got the hot hand sometimes, who's playing really well. But, man, we've been really fortunate because I think all three of those guys have just been electric for us this season.
While the three backs are competing for playing time, the Cyclones have two star wide receivers competing for the football. Jalen Knoll has 29 catches for 528 yards and 3 touchdowns, while Jaden Higgins has 39 receptions, 505 yards, and 5 scores. Campbell says it's a friendly rivalry, and their ability to get along has helped Rocco Beck.
I think the friendship of those two guys from day one has been probably what spearheaded, you know, a lot of the success. I think if you ask Rocco what allowed him to get off to a great start a year ago, it would have been those two guys' confidence in each other and their kind of character and friendship, I think, really helped Rocco get off to a great start and give him confidence. And you're right. You know, I think those two guys, you know, willing to lead this team together. But I think Jaden Higgins from day one, you knew that he had great skill. What you were always most impressed about, even from the first day he visited, I'll never forget, you know, just who he was and the character, and all he wanted to do was win and be successful. And it's never wavered. It's never been about targets. It's never been about getting mine. It's always been about the team. And, you know, Jalen Knoll, I mean, I think he's embodied that for 4 years here, you know, every step of the way. So we're fortunate because I know that's not that way all the time, but we're really fortunate those guys are all about those things.
ISU's defense continues to thrive just as much as the offense. Iowa State is +9 in the turnover margin, which leads the Big 12 and ranks 4th in the country. Plus 6 different Cyclones have combined for 10 interceptions. Campbell says one area of the game complements the other.
I think if you really look at that, too, I think it's playing great team football. You know, the amount of drives that people have had, the ability to run the football, you know, shortening the game at times. I think team football, you know, we've been great, but I think when you look at the amount of drives that have been defended, I think that's a big statistic, too. And I think when you look at, you know, that's where, man, what's the rhythm of the game, and how do you play together for each other and make sure that you're protecting the defense is protecting the offense, and special teams is serving the whole. I think those things become really critical to your success, and I think a little bit of that is we've been able to play or find a good rhythm at times in the second half of games, and again, I think those are great adjustments all around.
As Iowa State continues to win and the undefeated teams across the country continue to dwindle, the Cyclones are getting more and more national attention and are considered one of the favorites now to win the Big 12. Campbell says that ISU has won some games early in the season in the past. They have to win the key games late.
We've also been here before. You know, we've been in these moments. We've been, you know, in some of these opportunities where, you know, Iowa State football's kind of been creeping up and doing really powerful things in a positive way. And, you know, we've handled it positively and negatively. And so I think what you try to do is use history and your history and just be able to share, you know, why you either were successful handling some of these things and maybe why you weren't. And that's globally, coaches, players, culture, program, all of it. And so I think that's probably one nice thing about being here as long as we had is we've been in some of these moments and can use our past experiences to help guide the ship.
This week, Iowa State hosts Central Florida. The Knights have had a problem at quarterback. Arkansas transfer KJ Jefferson got benched. Freshman E.J. Colson got the start last week against Cincinnati, but he was benched too in favor of Ja'Cory Brown. Who knows who will start or play this week? One thing is certain, UCF has a solid running game with R.J. Harvey and Penny Boone both averaging about 6 yards a carry.
It's been outstanding. I mean, the multiplicity that they have both from the tailback position and multiple tailbacks that are running extremely well. And then, you know, everybody that has played for them at the running back position has had an elite trait, and that elite trait is the ability to run the football. And so I think when you have that and you've got the ability to create, you know, multiple ball carriers with every possession, you've got the ability to attack multiple gaps with what they do. It's a real challenge. And, you know, I think credit to Coach Malzahn. I think everywhere he's been in his career, they've always had elite success in terms of running the football, and he certainly has that kind of team right now.
3-3 UCF visits 9th-ranked Iowa State at 6-0. Game time at Jack Trice Stadium tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Cyclone pregame at 4:30 right here on KSOM. It's halftime between Exira EHK and Griswold. Our Aiken Building Center halftime rolls on after this 2-minute timeout on KSOM.
Stein delivers more new genetics faster. Our focus on delivering higher yielding genetics faster than the competition is why we have released more new Enlist E3 lines in the past 5 years than any other seed company. For elite genetics paired with simple, flexible, and effective weed control, plant Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Stein has yield. 45 years of yield. Learn more at steinseed.com.
From start to finish, let Aiken Design Center help you with your kitchen or bathroom ideas. For new designs or remodels, Aiken Design Center will work with you or your contractor to make your dream a reality. If you're not sure what you want, stop into our showroom so our custom designers can help you find what will suit your needs as well as your budget. The Aiken Design Center staff is committed to quality design while meeting your needs. Stop into Aiken today to find out how we can help.
When it comes to your investments, I know you have a choice. Hi, I'm Mark Smith, a certified financial planner and registered investment advisor with Principal Financial Group. Today I want to say thank you, Southwest Iowa. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve the community for 39 years. Over the years, you've given me the opportunity to get to know you and your family. Thank you for your trust, your confidence, and most of all, your relationship. If I can help you with your financial plan, please give me a call at 712-243-2466. Mark Smith, Principal Financial in Atlantic.
Cass Hellers.
EHK leading over Griswold 40-18. John, but the Tigers played much better in the second quarter. Really, there were a lot of just possessions that went nowhere in that second quarter. I mean, early in the second quarter, Exira got the 30-yard touchdown pass from Bryce Brabham to Johnson Kilward when he was miles open at the 11-17 mark. They made it 40-12, and then Peyton Cook answered on a great play call, a double handoff, where Cook got it, and he raced around the far side of the field for a 30-yard touchdown run. That cut it to 40-18, but Griswold hasn't been able to get any close since.
Yeah, I mean, we went from scoring, having, the first 3 scores in less than a minute and a half to having the last 6-7 possessions with nobody scoring or quite honestly, hardly any first downs. And good adjustments by both staffs on the defensive side, and we'll see how, honestly, who makes the best adjustments coming out of the half. I do think, with the Spartans, with the spread offense that the Tigers have, it's really hard to defend with the athletes that the Spartans have. It's not a pure matchup, because when they bring in their backers all the way, to both sidelines, it's just you have both Hansons that are bigger kids that are way on the outside. So, it'll be interesting to see, what the chess match is. I always enjoy seeing, okay, what adjustments do they make at half? Because the great teams, and the great coaching staffs, they always bring something out that they may have been working on, throughout the week, or put it in so that it's not, or quite honestly, some teams are really good at just looking at something on the board and being able to execute it in the second half.
Well, we'll have to see how healthy Colin Bowers is.
Yeah, that's a good point, too.
Because he was limping noticeably most of that second quarter, and so he's still out there on the field, but not as effective as he was before, and they started going away from him, Todd and Wilson, and so the Spartans loaded up on that side, and so maybe the rest will do him well. For Griswold, Bodie Wyman was 7 of 19 passing for 105 yards and an interception. He was 5 carries for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns. Zane Johnson, 6 carries for 18 yards. Peyton Cook, 2 carries for 25 yards and a touchdown. And Colin Powers, 6 catches for 94 yards. Unofficially, Griswold, 113 rush, 105 pass, 218 yards of total offense. For Exira EHK, Bryce Brabham, 11 carries for 86 yards and a touchdown through the air, 3 of 5 for 30 yards and 2 touchdowns. Alex Hansen, 15 carries, 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. So 217 yards rushing, 30 yards passing for Exira EHK, 247 total yards unofficially in that first half. Your score here at halftime, 40-18, Exira EHK on a C-Pro scoreboard. We'll get you some scores from around the area. Come back. We're back after this in 2 minutes on KSOM.
Ziegler Ag Equipment is your headquarters for big savings this fall. Enjoy low financing rates on Massey Ferguson S-Series tractors and Fendt high horsepower tractors, and get 5.24% financing on Gleaner combines, all for up to 96 months. Don't forget to check out our great rebates on Brandt equipment as well. Stop by your local Ziegler Ag today to save big this fall on equipment you need.
Make sure you're getting the best coverage for you at the most competitive rate. Hi, this is Nick Carnes with Brocker Carnes & Carnes. We are an independent insurance agency that offers coverage for your home, auto, life, farm, and everything in between. But mostly we are here to help. As an independent agency, we can shop around for the best rates and coverages from multiple companies. Stop by one of our offices or go to brockercarnes.com for a quote on your insurance. Let Brocker Carnes & Carnes help you get the best coverage at a competitive rate.
From start to finish, let Aiken Design Center help you with your kitchen or bathroom ideas. For new designs or remodels, Aiken Design Center will work with you or your contractor to make your dream a reality. If you're not sure what you want, stop into our showroom so our custom designers can help you find what will suit your needs as well as your budget. The Aiken Design Center staff is committed to quality design while meeting your needs. Stop into Aiken today to find out how we can help.
Harvest season means long hours, and Becker Equipment, your Case IH dealer in Audubon, is here to help you through every single one. They are extending their parts and service hours so you can keep going. Their factory-trained technicians offer expert service and fast turnaround, plus next-day parts availability. For reliable, around-the-clock support, count on Becker Equipment, your Case IH dealer in Audubon. Call or text them today at 712-563-4219. Have a safe harvest season.
Schaefer Roofing, 1-800-996-7321, or visit SchaeferRoofs.com.
Now back to high school football on 96.5 KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
All right, Exira EHK will kick it deep, and we are ready to start the second half. We'll get some scores as we go here. Hansen, a low line drive kick, hops to the 15, picked up at the 12. And Johnson still on his feet to the far side, breaks a tackle in midfield. Foot race to the 40, to the 30, and just got a piece of him and knocked him out of bounds at about the 11-yard line. It was Kilworth, I think, who got a piece of him at the 11-yard line. What a great return by Zane Johnson.
You know, big time play coming right out of the half to set the momentum and you know, but also touchdown
Johnston Kilworth, Johnston Kilworth saved a touchdown. So Griswold will start at the Exira 11. 40-18 on the C-Pro scoreboard. The Spartans lead, but the Tigers threaten. They give it to Johnson, breaks a tackle right between the guards and dives to about the 6. It'll be a gain of 5 for Zane Johnson.
You know, a lot like what the Tigers did on their first drive. Remember, they didn't pass the ball until into their second drive when we got somebody down.
Got an injured player down for Exira EHK. I cannot see now, of course, the trainer is right covering him. So we got an injury timeout. Well, we'll use this time to go over some scores on our C-Pro scoreboard for around the state. Harlan leading Atlantic 21-6. I think it was 14-6 at halftime, but the Cyclones scored early in the third quarter. Now up 21-6 on Atlantic. That's on our sister station, KS95. Creston leads Nevada 21-14 in the second. Underwood all over Red Oak, 35-6 at halftime. Riverside getting all they can handle from Panorama. They lead 7-6 at halftime. Trainer blowing out Missouri Valley 28-0 at halftime. Norwalk leading Lewis Central, number 1 in 4A, 21-7 at halftime. Tri-Center leading Kingsley Pearson 14-7 at the half. HSTW, with a win, they get the 2 seed out of their district in 1A. They lead Shenandoah 28-0 in the third. ACGC number 1 in Class A, all over Southwest Valley, 27-0 at the half. In 8-man football, Woodbine blowing out East Mills 38-0 in the second. Bedford leads Southeast Warren 42-8 at halftime. Lennox destroying Lamoni 60-0 at halftime. Fremont Mills over Sydney 32-12 at half. And Audubon on top of Baxter 30-6 at the half. And you had a
Cam was up 38-0 at half.
Okay.
Courtesy of Mark Van Tiger.
Mike Van Tiger, we appreciate that. The injured player is up and walking off the field under his own power right now is Cannon Hansen. So he was down for quite a while, but now he's walking off very slowly.
It's good to see him walking on his, by himself, though.
Well, but Exira very shorthanded. They are low on numbers. So there's not many options for Drew Buckholt to go to, and they really need Cannon Hansen in there. One of those guys that makes tackles. And so we're back underway. Give to Johnson on 2nd down and 5, and Alex Hansen grabs his feet and holds on for dear life, and Johnson dives back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
He just has a knack for getting to the right spot. He really wasn't in position to make that tackle, and he keeps outside contained and sees Johnson cutting back, trying to go upfield, and just gets his feet. Just has a real knack to be right where the ball's at.
He's a football player.
Yes.
3rd down and 6 for Griswold at the 7. And they give it out to Johnson. He runs into a big pile up, and that didn't fool anybody. What a great job by Exira to bottle that up, and Johnson just ran into a pile. And now we got a Griswold player slow getting up.
That's a huge stop. You got 3rd and 5, and now you have 4th and 9. I mean, that is great penetration. Similar to what the Tigers did, and the Spartans kind of reverse it onto the Tigers' offense. Penetration, backside fill, and get a 4-yard tackle for a loss.
Camden Russell got up, but then he put some weight on his legs, and it was like, wasn't going anywhere.
How's that again?
And
All right.
And and is being helped off the field. And now we'll sit down on the far side.
Almost wonder the way he's laying, and they're working on his calf, it looks like. He's on the far side. I wonder if he got cleated. That's the thing with offensive linemen. As you're pushing and everything, there's times either the defender or actually the running back can cleat you, and it almost looks like that might be what happened there.
Well, we got a 4th down and 9 from the 10. So Griswold can get a 1st down at about the 1, maybe the 1.5. They're going for it. Wyman turns around, throws it near side. Oh, it's knocked away at the last minute by Nelson.
The freshman again.
What a great
play. Up right in front of our eyes. That is a great play. Playing zone. He has that quarter. So they split it up in cover 4. He has that corner. The quarterback rolls his way, reads Wyman's eyes, and breaks on the ball just enough so they can't make the catch.
What a spectacular play by Blake Nelson. As we talked about, Drew Buckholt getting more and more confidence. He's getting more and more playing time. He's a 2A star now for the Spartans. 1st down and 10. Remember that name in the future, Blake Nelson. Brabham in the shotgun, gives it to Hansen, bounces outside near side to the 15, stays on his feet, goes out of bounds, close to a 1st down. He's going to be short by a couple. Didn't give him forward progress. They'll get him to the 18.
That's a great job by Hansen, but once again, Nelson, we just talking about his defense, making a block at the wide receiver position 5 to 7 yards down the field. You never know where that play is going to go, even if it comes to your side, and that got him an extra 2-3 yards.
2nd down and 2 for Exira, right to left on your radio dial. They lead it 40-18 on the C-Pro scoreboard. Brabham up the middle. Big hole. 20. It's a foot race down in midfield to the 40, 30, 20. And he's brought down at the 15-yard line as Peyton Cook was able to save the touchdown. But Bryce Brabham.
I hope he's okay.
He gets up a little slowly, but he gets up. Bryce Brabham just erupts for a big gainer.
Huge play right up the middle, but great job of pursuit by Wilson. Honestly, folks, that on the first touchdown play we didn't see, people from the backside making that effort, and Wilson definitely did their great job to save the touchdown.
Better equipment first down run of 46 yards by Bryce Brabham. Play action. He's going to roll to the far side in the Hoist Distributing red zone. Dives inside the 10.
Wilson again.
To about the 9-yard line. Brabham gets 3. He went over 100 yards with that last run by a mile. I have him at now 13 carries for 135 yards unofficially. And Hansen at 139 yards on 16 carries. Unofficially. It'll be 2nd down and 7 from the 9 for Exira EHK, and they lead it 40-18 on the C-Pro scoreboard early here in the 3rd quarter. Brabham in the shotgun in the Hoist Distributing red zone. Hits it off to Hansen. Pyle just gets shoved forward, and Hansen just goes right behind those big eaters, dives inside the 5 to the 4.
There was no cutting or trying to bounce it outside on Hansen's mind on that play. He just put his head down, shoulder pad level low, and exploded for 4 yards to get 3rd and 3.
Yeah, 3rd, maybe 3, maybe 2.5. Here, just inside the 5. I think they could get it just outside the 1-yard line. Like the 1.5-yard line, something like that. 3rd and about 2.5. Brabham in the shotgun. Give it to the big fella. Hansen breaks a tackle in the backfield, but that slowed the big fella down, and he's brought down for a loss. What a play by Auden Wilson.
Peterson was in there, too, from his linebacker position, and great job of getting the tackle behind the line of scrimmage, seeing where that ball is going to go. Wasn't a trap block that time, but just shooting that gap to meet him behind the line of scrimmage.
Owen Jewell's going to check into the ballgame now for Exira EHK. It's 4th down and about 4 from the 5. And they don't have any receivers in there. Brabham is going back to pass. He's going to loft it to the far side of the field, and it is touchdown. And that's just a lob pass to Alex Hansen on the far side of the field, and Hansen just fought off the contact from the defender and hauled it in. It's a 10-yard touchdown.
I don't know if Hansen plays basketball or wrestles, but he was playing basketball right there because he did a great job of screening Wilson off to get that touchdown pass. And great placement there by Brabham.
Well, he could have played both there because he wrestled the ball away from the defender, and he jumped high for basketball. Brabham's going to race to the far side. A flag is down. He is short of the goal line. He didn't get in, but let's check the flag.
That's a hold.
If it's a hold, then Griswold will decline. It will be the first time that Exira doesn't get into the end zone for a conversion. Hold, it's declined. 6:41 to go in the 3rd quarter. Exira EHK leads it 46-18. Back in 1 minute on KSOM.
Who can you trust to treat you fair and get you back on the road? J.D. Wyman Service on Main Street in Griswold. Big repairs or general maintenance. Trust J.D. Wyman Service to get you on the road fairly. You're a certified auto do-it-yourselfer. You like the smell of grease, and that's why when it comes to parts, you buy them at Wyman's Car Quest on Main Street in Griswold. Because you care about what you put in your vehicles. Trust the tires, parts, and tools from Wyman's Car Quest in Griswold.
Newman Body Shop in Lyman is your only stop for total auto body repair. Newman handles everything from glass replacement, paint and wheel alignment, to complete auto restoration. For information on all the services Newman Body Shop offers, give them a call at 712-778-4428. or stop by Newman Body Shop on Tucson Road in Lyman. Newman Body Shop is a proud supporter of Griswold Tigers sports.
High school football on 96.5 KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Chris, John, Bill, and Tanner with you here on KSOM. Here's an onside kick by Hanson. Griswold thought he had it, but I think
Hanson came up with it.
Hanson recovers his own kick. He does a Pat McAfee and recovers his own kick, and the Spartans have it at the Griswold 35. They just couldn't haul it in. They weren't expecting it, and the Tigers couldn't fall on it. They were at an awkward angle, and Hanson just kept motoring after it. He's got a motor like no other has.
There you go. Like none other.
Like none other. That's what I was trying to say.
I got you.
Got me, partner. I'm too excited. Give to
There he goes
Hanson.
again.
Why not? Runs into a pile, breaks out of it, and he spun around inside the 15-yard line. Better equipment first down, Hoist distributing red zone.
That definitely was a rumbling, tumbling first down for sure.
21-yard run. Well, this is a night that Alex Hanson, playoffs or no playoffs, is not going to forget.
You love to see seniors have nights like this, too,
yes,
especially when it's a home game.
So, a Vetter equipment first down for Exira EHK in the Hoist distributing red zone. Your precision planning channel C dealer in Audubon, Chad. Give him a call, 712-304-0487. First down and 10. Hanson again, the ball carrier. This time he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. He had no cutback that time. And Deshaun able to bring him down, and that's a loss of 2.
Yeah, Deshaun's had a really nice game tonight. You know, a number of times from that defensive end position, just getting upfield, and then, you know, for a bigger guy, being really mobile to break down on guys like Berman and Hanson that are not, they're shifty. They're strong runners, but they do a really nice job of jump cutting.
2nd and 12 from the 17. Up the middle, Brabham tries to stick his left hand out, looking for the run behind Hanson, and Griswold able to bring him down after a gain of 4, maybe 5. Well, it's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Wonder if they're going to go the overload look like they did on the touchdown play, 4th down play, because Jules back in there.
Yeah, 4:56 clock moving here in this third quarter. 3rd down and a long 7. Brabham's going to run it. Nowhere to go, and he's dropped down back of the 15-yard line. Griswold smelled that one out. Great job by Walker Gary, sophomore lineman. And Brabham lost about 3.
Yeah, just a really good play call. Griswold all in with basically bringing 6 guys on, you know, between just bringing 6 guys up in a blitz mode and outnumbered the Spartans there.
Well, you're kind of in no man's land, so you're going to go for it. 4th down and 10 from the 15 for Exira EHK. Haven't kicked a field goal all year. Low snap, but Brabham has it in the shotgun. Across the middle, throws. It's knocked away at the last moment. Incomplete. It's Wyatt Peterson. We haven't called his name much tonight, but he was in coverage that time on Nelson, and a great play by Wyatt Peterson, and Exira EHK turns it over on downs.
That just shows his flexibility and mobility to be able to have coverage like that from the linebacker position over the slot receiver is really impressive. And huge stop for the Tigers.
Well, they're still alive, hanging on by a thread. 46-18. Exira EHK with a lead. Griswold starts at their own 15-yard line. And if you want to get any chance of coming back, you got to score in here. They hand it off to Johnson. Johnson, big hole up the middle on the trap. He dives to the 30-yard line, and a big 15-yard run by Zane Johnson.
Yeah, just a really nice, it's not really a sudden change, but just getting positive yards like that to kind of get out of the end zone shadows and positive plays like that.
That's his best run of the night.
Absolutely.
15-yard run. Johnson up to 35 yards on 10 carries. Hasn't seen much action tonight, or when he does, there has not been much yardage. But it's a Vetter equipment first down.
And Bowers is still limping a little bit there on the far side.
At their own 30-yard line. And give it to Johnson again. No, keep it at his Wyman. And he's brought down to the line of scrimmage and nowhere to go for him. And it's Cannon Hansen, who left the game earlier with an injury, but he's back out there now, and Wyman got nothing.
Great to see Cannon back, and just watching him here on the near side, he read that perfectly. He knows his role on the defense, and that is I cannot chase even if that running back gets it, because I have outside contain over here, and that's why there was no gain.
Bowers is coming to the line again, limping. And just kind of token running out there. They give it to Johnson. He goes up the middle, and he'll get some 7 yards on that play and a kind of a delayed trap. And that kind of keeping Exira off balance a little bit. But this isn't power running. This is more finesse-type running. And it's going to bring up third down and about 3.5 for Griswold. They trail it 46-18 on your Seed Pros scoreboard. By your side to maximize yields from the word go, your Pioneer Pros, John Becker, Mark Van Dyker, Gary Dinkla, and Nick Knudsen. Heard your remote with Tom the other day, John. Great job there.
Yeah.
Give to Johnson, looking for room on the near side, not finding anything, and he just hammered down to the ground by Brabham. Or Kilworth, excuse me.
Kilworth finished it off. There's
Kilworth.
about 4
Kilworth
guys
killed
there.
him. Kilworth killed him. And there's no gain for Johnson. And fourth down, they got to go for it. Well, just a tough spot to put your football team in. You're down. They've tried to hold firm here with Exira EHK, but we're under 1:35 to go in the third quarter. Bowers goes limping off the field on the far side. He's trying to play, but it's just not working for him. Fourth down and 4. Wyman back to pass. Throws it near side. It's tipped. It's caught. Was he out of bounds? Well, Silk, I should say, and he has it. First down.
I thought his foot was out of bounds, but the ref was right there. It was right in front of us, but he was literally right there. So great job of getting past the – when you do an out pattern, you have to go 2 to 3 yards past the line of scrimmage because then you can come back to the ball. But great concentration and keeping his feet in.
Wyatt Silk getting the catch, his first catch of the night, and a Vetter equipment first down into Exira EHK territory at the 38-yard line. First down at 10. Johnson, the ball carrier. Collision at the line. Trying to move forward. He might have moved for a yard, if that. Cannon Hansen was one of the guys who hit him first. And it will be second down and 9 for Griswold. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Rancho Grande, authentic Mexican food on West 7th Street in Atlantic. By Stein Seeds, Stein is Yield. Contact Darren Petty, your local Stein rep. By Principal Financial Group with Agent Mark Smith. Second and 9. Johnson, the ball carrier on the trap. And still trying to muscle his way forward. Actually, he did. He got an extra yard when the official was going to roll him down to the 35. They give him the 34. So it's a gain of 4.
Great job never giving up on the play and getting that extra yard there to, every yard, especially we've said it a couple times, we thought we're going to have a shootout, and now the defensive are really flexing their muscles on both sides of the ball.
Third down and 5 for Griswold, but that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Your C-Pro score is right now Exira EHK in command. They lead it 46-18. Back in a minute on KSOM.
Remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan. Oh, come on, Ref! That's simple human sense.
Call Community Insurance in Audubon today at 712-563-4422 or stop by at 422 Tracy Street in Audubon.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Griswold Communications reminds you to take a moment and give your data privacy practices a checkup. Use a strong and protective password manager, enable multi-factor authentication, back up your data, keep your devices up to date, and be wary of what you click. If you find that you are missing some of these protections, Tech Home from Griswold Communications can help. Plus, renting a wireless router from Griswold Communications includes the Protect IQ app for an extra layer of protection. Visit griswoldcommunications.com or call us at 778-2121 for more information.
All the best country, 96.5 KSOM, Audubon Atlantic.
Now back to high school football on 96.5 KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
3rd and 5. Wyman's going deep.
Wilson's
to the
there.
far side of the field. Wilson hit as he caught it. Does he hold on? He does. Better equipment first down. All the way down to the 13-yard line.
That's a great route, post corner by Wilson, and Wyman puts it where only Wilson can get it. Wilson, the difference there, comes back to the ball and gets it with his hands. Great job of converting the long 3rd down to get it down in the red zone.
Always distributing red zone, your precision planting and Channel C dealer in Audubon. Call Chad today, 712-304-0487. First down for Griswold at the 13-yard line. On the delay, Johnson went man on man. Actually, 2 guys out there trying to bring him down, and they do at about the 5-yard line. And Johnson gets 8.
Great seal. Sorry, Chris. Great seal by the offensive line there so Johnson can get that outside corner, but also a good job of saving a touchdown by the Spartans defense.
Well, you don't have Bowers in there, so now Johnson becomes the weapon, and they're keeping it on the ground, but they're disguising it with these trap plays, misdirection things, and the Spartans don't know which way he's going. Which way did he go? Which way did he go? 2nd out and 2. Turnaround Johnson split 2 guys. Big pile up at midfield, at the middle part of the field. He got nothing, but it could have been ugly.
Yeah, Hanson showed his wrestling ability there because that was a takedown. The teammates kind of got Johnson by the ankles and knees, and Hanson just made sure that he did not have any forward progression for sure.
So it's 3rd down and a long 2 for Griswold just inside the 5-yard line. They're trailing 46-18 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And Wyman, no sense of urgency here. You're down by a bunch. I'd say I'd be hurrying up a little bit more. For 3rd down and about 3. Wyman back to pass. Lobs it on the far side. Caught! Wilson, touchdown! 4-yard touchdown pass to Auden Wilson.
Great route by Wilson because he goes to the goal line and 2 yards pass and then cuts outside. Nelson's played a great game tonight, but Nelson was on his heels because Wilson's did such a great route of getting Nelson's hips moved and then went outside, and Wyman put the ball right on the money.
Well, they'll try and go for 2 again. They haven't been able to be successful tonight against Exira. Wyman back to pass, throws it near side, and it's knocked away by Cannon Hansen. Intended to Wyatt Peterson. 10-12 to go in the 4th quarter. And your C-Pro scoreboard now 46-24. Exira EHK with the lead. We're back in a minute on KSOM.
Did you know that Mexican food is considered to be healthy? What? How do you figure? Almost every dish has vegetables. Salsa, all vegetables. Guacamole, avocados, and corn tortillas. They're naturally gluten-free.
Okay, I get it. Tacos, lettuce and tomato. So Rancho Grande for dinner?
Race it to the car.
Add more vegetables to your diet at Rancho Grande in Atlantic, and then you can indulge in a guilt-free margarita, imported beer, or dessert. Choose a healthier option at Rancho Grande. Open 7 days a week.
Got a leak, a clog, or maybe it's time for a brand new bathroom? Furnace or AC needs some attention, or are you interested in floor heating? Call Fikes Plumbing and Services. Your trusted local experts in so many areas is now serving the Greenfield and Atlantic areas. From quick fixes to major renovations, Fikes Plumbing and Services has you covered with fast.
Something.
I'm guessing so, yeah.
Unless that score was just a little outdated. Maybe from the early first quarter. Brabham keeps it 3rd and 8. On the outside, foot race down the far sideline. 20. And he's going up left side, far side, and he's got stopped shy of the first down. Got about 3, maybe 4. And it will be 3rd down and short for the Spartans. Just scrolling through some other scores, see if there's anything of note. Woodbine destroying East Mills 66-6 in the 4th. Woodbury Central beat West Monona 49-0. They saw up the 2 seed in their district behind Tri-Center. Underwood blowing out Red Oak 56-6 in the 3rd. 3rd and 2 for the Spartans at the 12-yard line. Brabham will keep it to the far side, gets a block, just barrels over guys, breaking tackles, gets a Vetter Equipment first down to about the 5.
Yep.
Give him 8.
Just really good job of following Hansen and his offensive lineman with, great pad level there, about 2.5, 3 yards, or 2.5, 3 feet off the ground. Just really good job of getting that first down for now, 1st and goal.
Noyce distributing red zone, a Vetter Equipment first down. Norwalk leading number 1 Lewis Central 21-7 in the 4th. That's a bit of a shocker there.
That'll shake up the seedings there a little bit too.
Lennox defeated Lamoni 60-28. First down and goal for Exira EHK at the 5. Going to use all of the play clock. Brabham up the middle. Big pile up. Refusing to go down. They finally get on top of him, but he able to fight his way to the 1. Gain of 4 on his 19th carry of the game.
You talk about Lennox, for example, Chris. Is there a better, for 8-man football, is there a better area than Southwest Iowa with the teams? I mean, you got Fremont Mills, Cam, Lennox, Bedford, Audubon. I mean, you got 5 teams that all are very competitive out there.
Did you say Remsen St. Mary's?
Yeah.
I mean, the other side of the state is Don Bosco, and that's about it. Iowa Valley's decent. Brabham gives to Hansen. Hansen trying to just fight his way into the end zone, but he's down at the 1. No gain for Alex that time. As Griswold refusing to yield on that one.
Kudos to this Griswold Tigers defense. I mean, they have improved dramatically from when we saw them against Fremont Mills. And I know the Spartans aren't Fremont Mills, but they have not given up all night. They've given up some big plays, but they have done a really good job of much better job of truly tackling tonight.
Harlan running away from Atlantic. It's 40-16 in the 4th. Hansen the ball carrier, and he's going to go into the end zone sideways. He can go front ways, back ways, sideways, this ways, that ways, any which way you like it. It's a touchdown for Alex Hansen.
Yeah, just like you said, his pad level, but he's determined to get in there no matter what direction he's facing.
3 rushing touchdowns and a touchdown catch for Alex Hansen here tonight. And they will go for 2. They haven't kicked a field goal, extra point or field goal all year long. Back to pass. Brabham and throwing for Hansen or Jewell, and it's incomplete. So unable to convert there. And so with 5:50 to play in the ball game, 52-24, Exira EHK. Back in a minute on KSOM.
Newman Body Shop in Lyman is your only stop for total auto body repair. Newman handles everything from glass replacement, paint and wheel alignment, to complete auto restoration. For information on all the services Newman Body Shop offers, give them a call at 712-778-4428 or stop by Newman Body Shop on Tucson Road in Lyman. Newman Body Shop is a proud supporter of Griswold Tiger Sports.
Cass helps.
96.5 KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Well, a low line drive kick, and it was actually caught by one of the upmen for Griswold. And the Tigers will have it at their own 30-yard line. But running out of time. We're not at running clock just yet. But one more score for Exira, we'd have it. But Griswold just seems willing to not let that happen. They always seem to have some sort of answer, but they haven't been able to get to the point where they can make it interesting. 52-24, C-Pro scored. Wyman back to pass. Wants to go deep. Far side of the field. It's underthrown.
And Wilson came back and got it.
And I thought he dropped it for a second, but he makes the catch to the 24-yard line of Exira EHK and a Better equipment first down. I thought he dropped that ball, but he was able to come back and haul it in. Great play by Auden Wilson for a gain of 26.
Yeah, Bowers out there trying his hardest to run that route, and he just can't put any pressure on that ankle.
I think they just got to get him out of the ball game. He's just a decoy at this moment. First down and 10 for Griswold. Down to the Exira 24. Wyman back to pass again. And here comes the pressure late, and he's just going to throw that one away. I would guess Peyton Cook was the intended receiver, but he was about 10, 15 yards away. But they're not going to throw the flag. It will stop the clock with 5:06 to play in the ball game. Next week, playoff time. We'll let you know where we're going. We'll be someplace. Could be Cam, could be Riverside, could be Avoca, could be ACGC, could be Audubon. One of those teams. A lot of playoff teams in the area. Johnson, the ball carrier on the trap, and he'll go up the gut with a big hole. Is Exira defending the pass, and Johnson rumbles for 9.
Johnson, had that long kickoff return and has had, when he's out in space, it's just the Spartans have done a really good job with just 3 down linemen getting upfield.
You had that long kickoff return, but they weren't able to turn it into points.
Yep.
Back to pass on 3rd and short, and it's thrown incomplete, intended for Bowers.
They called that a catch.
They called that a catch? I
thought
thought
they gave it to him.
Well, he made a great one-handed catch.
It was
then.
a really good catch.
That's going to be a Better equipment first down on the Hoist Distributing red zone down to the 13-yard line.
Running with one good foot and getting 1 foot in.
So it's a first down for Griswold down to the 13-yard line. And Wyman, he needed about 300 yards passing tonight to get the career passing record. He's not going to come near that. It's thrown across the middle. It's incomplete. Intended for Bowers again.
Yeah, if Bowers going full speed, that's a different play, but he just can't get any push off of that bum ankle. And, kudos for him trying to get it out. Just doesn't have the acceleration.
He's nowhere near 200 right now. He's at 169. I have him unofficially. Bodie Wyman needed to get 300. Wyman back to pass on 2nd down and 10. He rolls to the far side, looking, backpedaling, throws, back across his body. It's intercepted.
Hansen.
Alex Hansen with his 3rd interception of the year. And the drive ends for Griswold. 2nd pick of the night thrown by Bodie Wyman.
Hansen's had himself a senior night here on his home field.
Yeah, this night belongs to Alex Hansen. I have no idea what the playoff scenarios are for Exira. I mean, they needed to win tonight, and then they needed help along the way, but it was a slim shot at the playoffs. I mean, with 3 wins, you would expect no shot, but at an at-large, they had a slight chance. But we'll just have to wait and see how it all shakes out. First down and 10 at their own 5. Hansen will get it again. He's just running over guys, and he got spun down at the 10. It's just, I mean, that Shane Taylor just grabbed him, and he couldn't get him down initially, so he just spun him around and threw him down like a wrestler would.
He's like a Madden type dude.
Yeah, he's a guy.
He's a John Madden type dude.
Like if you were drafting a team in all Madden,
yes,
Alex Hansen would be a guy you want on your team.
Absolutely.
Gain of 4 for Hansen and second out and 6 from their own 9. Leading 52-24 in the C-Pro scoreboard. Brabham.
Oh, that's a free ball.
He threw it to the near side of Hansen. They're going to rule it incomplete. Auden Wilson was there. Hansen, I think, got the ball back anyway. Wilson was trying for it. He was not waiting for a whistle or anything. They're going to rule it incomplete. Sort of a weird player there. They'll stop the clock with 3:27 to play. But Exira EHK on their way to a 3rd win of the season. They got some work to do. I mean, they gave Cam a scare, gave East Mills a scare. They really needed to win that East Mills game. If they had, they would have had the inside shot of the 3rd seed. 3rd and 6. Brabham just weaving his way forward. Has the first down, trying to break it out of the open, and he does at the 30, 40.
Oh, nice cutback. And
stop and go again at the 30. Dives to the 20. Just ran out of gas, and Griswold finally caught up with him.
Well, I think the turf tripped him up. He was doing so much cutting back and looking for teammates to get a block, and I think he tripped over his own feet. But great downfield tackle, but especially his effort there about 5-6 yards down the scrimmage, past the line of scrimmage, and just a great effort.
49-yard run for Bryce Brabham, and he was sitting at 19 carries before that one, and now he's at 218 yards on the ground for Bryce Brabham. I have Hansen at 174. And it's a Vetter Equipment first down for the Spartans all the way down to the Griswold 21. And Brabham's going to run it again. Near side at the 15. Collision with Peterson. Stayed on his feet somehow. And then brought down after that. And he got 6. He just ran for 49 yards, and then he calls his own number and says, I can go more. And to think this kid wasn't the starting quarterback at the start of the year, it was Johnston Kilworth, who started at quarterback. But Drew Buckle quickly identified Bryce Brabham and his ability to run and do things. Last week, he actually threw for over 200 yards passing. So he's been developing as he's only a junior.
Yeah.
Second down and 4 for Exira at the 15-yard line of Griswold. Give it to Hansen. Stiff arm. Race to the outside. Alex Hansen into the end zone again. Touchdown.
We've said it all night, and Alex Hansen is, he just continues to just play hard on both sides, and both teams have played really hard, but Alex Hansen has really just shown his grittiness and being just a football player. I mean, you said it best, Chris. He's just a great football player.
He gets the interception on one side of the field and answers it on the other side with Brabham's 49-yard run in between. And Exira EHK will go for 2 once again. They don't have a kicker. Brabham stops, back pedals, and throws it up in the air to Jewell for the 2-point conversion. 1:47 to go in the ball game. It's Exira EHK 60, Griswold 24. Back in a minute on KSOM.
Faster. Our focus on delivering higher yielding genetics faster than the competition is why we have released more new Enlist E3 lines in the past 5 years than any other seed company. For elite genetics paired with simple, flexible, and effective weed control, plant Stein Enlist E3 soybeans. Stein has yield. 45 years of yield. Learn more at steinseed.com.
So Alex Hansen with another touchdown run. I lost track. He's got like 3 touchdown runs and a touchdown catch. And Zane Johnson will return it, or excuse me, Peyton Cook will return it to the near side on a low line drive kick. And he'll get across the 35 to the, where are they going to mark this one, 39?
Yep.
Well, Griswold running out of time. We're at running clock now, but doesn't really matter at 119 and moving.
Seems some new guys there in for the Spartans defense.
They don't have many guys left on their bench.
No.
It's a very thin bench. Well, they're going to bring some other guys in and give them a chance to play here as time running down on the ball game and in the season. Suppose they still could schedule a game next week. Pass is incomplete by Wyman, intended for Bowers. And once again, I think this offense for Griswold has been slow because Colin Bowers has not been 100%. He must have done something on a catch in the second half. He's trying to grit it out. He's going to come out of the ball game now. But when you don't have Bowers in there as a target, it's not the same for this Tiger team. They're going to hand it off to Johnson. Coming near side, breaks an arm tackle, slips out of 1, 30, 25, still on his feet, driven out of bounds about the 22-yard line. Better equipment first down run. Good hard run by Johnson.
Oh, timeout by Griswold.
And that is a 20-yard run by Zane Johnson. He's up to 84 yards now, but a timeout with 15 seconds left in the ball game. But, John, I mean, a courageous effort by Griswold, but too much Spartans in this one. You know, it looked like it was going to be a runaway. Griswold just, I think, if they had Bowers 100%, maybe perhaps they could have had another weapon in there to throw the football to, and it just with him not on 100%, I think that really hamstrung, like playing offense with one hand tied behind your back.
Yeah, I would completely agree on the offensive side, just not near as explosive. But you know, kudos to the Griswold defense. When I came tonight, I didn't expect to see a defense tackle this well, and you know, they really improved over the course of the year.
It's going to be the last play of the game. First down and 10. Wyman scrambles to the far side, being chased. Backpedals, throws. It's incomplete. Unless they stop the clock, they do. With 5.8 seconds left.
You know, Peterson was going down the left hash there and was wide open, and Wyman just looking on the right side of the field and just couldn't see Peterson with the pass rush that was coming.
So, one final play of the season for both teams, probably, in this one from the 22-yard line of Exira. And this will be the last play some of these kids will ever suit up for. Well, I think you made a great point, John, at the beginning of the season. Football is unlike other sports. You can go out into the gym, play basketball against one another. You can play golf. You can run, do things. But football, you don't have the gear. You might play flag football. Wyman into the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by Peyton Cook. Right at the final play of the game. 22-yard touchdown to Cook. His first catch of the night, his second touchdown of the night. And now they will go for 2.
Well, they're going to, aren't they supposed to have a 2-point conversion? But they're not.
No, they're not going to do it.
Game over.
That's the ball game. Final score, 60-30. How about that? It's the first time I've ever seen a game like that. 60-30 the final score. Exira EHK goes to 3-5 and 2-6 for Griswold. 60-30 the final. We're back at 2 minutes to wrap this one up on KSOM.
All right, what's your favorite thing to eat at the Wyoda Steakhouse?
I love the certified Angus steaks and burgers. Wait, I'd like to change my answer to the pork tenderloin. No, the fried chicken. Okay, it's the all-you-can-eat fish on Friday night. But then there's that macaroni and cheese. Okay, the final answer is the mac and cheese. Sorry, Grandma, it's the best.
So bring the family and bring your friends to a tradition of great eating at the Wyoda Steakhouse. Open 5 to 10 Tuesday through Saturday, or give them a carryout call at 712-783-9232.
Remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Call Community Insurance in Audubon today at 712-563-4422 or stop by at 422 Tracy Street in Audubon.
United Group Insurance. People you know and people you trust. Because we are local in Southwest Iowa with offices in Red Oak, Atlantic, Griswold, and Shenandoah. Our team of agents will find the perfect policy for your needs from the wide variety of carriers that we work with. We offer policies for home, auto, life, farm, health, and commercial with vast experience in both hail and crop insurance. Learn more at unitedgroupins.com today.
Cass Health in Atlantic
KSOM and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
All right, back one final time here in Exira up on the hill. My first time here. What a nice facility this is. I'd love to come back here anytime and do a football game. 60-30. The Spartans loving things right now as they defeat Griswold here tonight. And, you know, I think in the end, John Becker, this game belongs to the senior, Mr. Alex Hansen.
It really does, and he played a great game and showed a lot of heart, showed a lot of leadership. You know, it's hard when you're a senior. You have so many games, the Cam game, the East Mills game. You know, Coach talked about it in the pregame with the interview with you. You know, in college, his coach said, you know, a season can come down to 5 plays, and those 5 plays until tonight didn't go their way. And this team here still with the senior leadership, there's not many seniors. They had senior night. They only had 3 players out there. And that's a testament to not having many seniors, but the leadership. We talked about some young players. Obviously the you know, game ball goes to Alex Hansen, but you know, they're taking pictures as we're speaking with the 3 seniors out there, and you know, that's cool to see and watch, and you know, building a program. I mean, this has been a very traditionally rich program. In the last couple of years, it hasn't been much that way, but this is their style of football. You know, controlling the line of scrimmage, controlling how long you have the ball. You know, on the ground, grind it out, big play here, having that huge touchdown where there's nobody within 20 yards of the wide receiver. That's Spartan football. And, you know, Coach played on those teams, and he understands he needs to get some more players out. And when you have success, it's easier to get people out. And, you know, it's fun to see a kid like that play so hard, and really proud of. It was really fun for me personally to see a player that's senior and playing that way his last time, possibly having the pads on.
Well, you know, Alex Hansen, a big night, but it's Cannon Hansen, Alex Hansen, Josh Nelson, the 3 seniors for Exira EHK, and they'll remember this night for the rest of their lives, no doubt about it. For Exira EHK, Alex Hansen finished unofficially now. These are my unofficial numbers. He had 26 carries for 189 yards, 3 touchdowns, plus 2 catches for 6 yards and a touchdown. Bryce Brabham, 21 carries, 224 yards, and a touchdown. Brabham through the air, threw for 3 touchdowns. He was just 3 of 7 for 40 yards. Kilworth to 30 yards for that wide open play. And Sam Boothby for 4. Hanson for 10-yard touchdown, plus 1 for -4. Unofficially, 413 yards rushing, 40 yards passing, 453 total. For Griswold, Zane Johnson, 18 carries, 84 yards. Bodie Wyman, 6 carries for 70 yards. Peyton Cook, 2 carries for 25 yards and a touchdown. Wyman had 2 touchdown runs on the night. Wyman through the air, 13 of 30 for 191 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Colin Bowers, 7 catches for 99 yards.
All in the first half.
Well, he did have 1 in the second half. Remember
catch.
that? Remember
Yep.
that 1 catch?
Yep, right at the end. You're right. For the first down.
But that's unofficial. So Wilson had 3 catches for 34, 40, 60 yards. Cook had the 22-yard touchdown catch. Cook had 2 touchdowns on the night for Griswold. Tigers have a few more seniors, like Peyton Cook. Bodie Wyman is a senior. Zane Johnson a senior. Auden Wilson. Connor Bowers a senior. Cody Dorsher a senior, also does cross country. Wyatt Peterson. Holden Jensen also does cross country for Griswold. Camden Russell, who does some kicking, plays in the middle for him. Tyler Bubbolts. Bubolts, thank you. Shane Taylor, also another senior for Griswold. Tigers lose a lot of seniors, and, they have some work to do to get, their team, back on track like they would like to. Seth Lemke will try to do that and rebuild, and Exira EHK, they want to get back to their tradition, but they got a lot of young players. They lose Hanson, of course, but a lot of these other players coming back, they could be they're going to try and get back in the thick of the race of 8-man next year.
Absolutely. Yep.
So that's going to wrap things up here tonight from the Hill, and I'm excited to see what's next. We'll find out. I think we're supposed to find out the pairings later tonight for the playoffs, and we'll let you know where we're going.
I'll let you stay up for that.
Oh,
I'm going to get some sleep tonight.
You're going to go to bed?
I'm going to go to bed.
All
yeah.
right. Well, we'll have all the pairings on our website at westerniowatoday.com. I'll stay up.
Yeah.
I'll
You're the
stay
man.
up. I'll wait for the pairings. But if they don't come out past 12:30, I'm going to bed.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. So I want to thank Drew Buckhold and Seth Lemke, both head coaches, for joining us in the pregame. Thanks to Tanner back at the plush KSOM studios. Thanks to Bill Saluk, our videography. For John Becker, this is Chris Varney signing off from the Hill, reminding you the final score here tonight. Exira EHK beats Griswold